I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fam's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was called with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one chief rocker in Knicks universe, your main man's Uncle Freezie. And welcome to the premiere Knicks nighttime show. Y'all want this party started right? Y'all want this party started quickly, right? So first of all, let me say pardon self, because I know I look like a hot mess. Right? So it's because I know the beard looks crazy, right? I left it mad dry all day after I messed around and washed my face with soap, which I normally don't do. And it got me feeling crunchy. So yeah, y'all pardon self. I put some more stuff on the beard, man. So instead of trying to comb a dry, cracky beard, I just put some stuff on. I'm just gonna let it sit. So I know I look like a hot mess. Y'all pardon self. I'm still the number one chief rocker, and we gonna rock this funky joint tonight. Right, we're gonna rock. I feel like I have a great topic for you guys to talk about. Something that's cool that we probably won't argue about, but I think it'll stir some good conversation. You know what I'm saying? So I gave this some thought as I was doing training videos all day. So I was doing training videos all day, man. Just weird, just anti-mint money laundering videos and all type of reporting type videos, and hey, y'all know what it is. It's work. Y'all do them at work. It's the same thing, man. So I'm coming in hot mess, but I got reserves on the way. I got a dope topic to talk to y'all about, right? And what I expect is for y'all to chip in and rock with me, right? I expect y'all to chip in and rock with me as we go through the topics and such. I'm gonna queue up. Where is it? I'm gonna queue it up. Okay, there we go. So hopefully, when it busts onto the screen, bam, this is what I want to talk about. So I want to talk about how good this team is, but I want to do it by position groups, right? So tonight, I want to talk to y'all about how good or bad, depending on your view, the guard play is of the New York Knicks, right? I want to talk to y'all about how good or how bad the guard play is of the New York Knicks. Right? So I got my man IKBM Dre on the way. I think Bully is on the way. Um, um, and so we're gonna get into it. Let me shout out my people though. Let me shout out my people. David L is in the house. Jerry Fitz is in the house. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights is in the house. Trini is in the house. A Morena is in the house. Sherwin is in the house. BLVD73 is in the house. Top Notch T is in the house. Core Mega is in the house. King Ribby, Brooklyn is in the house. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? So I got a little Annie up for us to look at. Right, it's the reason why I'm running a little bit behind time. The Annie didn't load like I wanted it to, so now I got the Annie up for us to look at. You know what I'm saying? I think you guys like that, like having the Annies up, so that y'all won't always have to look at my ugly mug. Old man 803 is in the house. Shout out to everybody in the 803. Throw your hands up and follow me. Everybody in the 803, throw your hands up. Everybody in the 803. Bim. So I ask you guys, how good are these Knicks, right? I have the Annie up for us just to look at, right? Just for us to look at. Just for us to look at, you know. Sherwin says, I am saying it again. Josh Primo should be the man the Knicks sign. Give the man a second chance. Yeah, Sherwin, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I like Josh Primo's talent. I even like the fact that they were giving him point guard reps before he started selling hot dogs. Now, I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Sherwin, I will be with you, but the selling hot dogs thing is a concern. Right? That thing is a concern to me. I like Josh Primo, but I'm talking about who we got right now, who we have. King Ruby said, nobody threw their hands up. Said it shook like the big bad wolf. 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Yeah, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing that I think we should probably take note. I think we should take notice of. So I have 5 guards listed here. And I don't have Josh Hart, RJ Barrett, Evan Fournier. Right? So for this exercise, I am going to consider Evan Fournier, Josh Hart, RJ Barrett, wing players. Right? So I'm going to consider them wing players, right? I'm not going to put them in the guard category or I'm not going to put Josh Hart, RJ Barrett in the power forward category. I'm going to put them in the category of reasonable basketball. Reasonable basketball. Meaning, I'm not going to project out what I think might happen. I'm going to lean more towards what we've seen them do traditionally and how they can build on it. So if we want to talk about what the strengths and weaknesses are for this group of guards, I think it should be as simple as all these guards are different. I think all the guards are different. Right? Let's just consider that. Let's consider that. Let's consider item number one, first of all. Is having a diverse backcourt a good thing? Or does it sound like a good thing, but not really? Y'all tell me, is having diversified skill sets in a backcourt a good thing? And so my thing is I'll admit I'm on both sides of this one. Right? The New York Knicks is in the building. What's good? Salute, city and squad up. Let's go. Salute to these mods out here working overtime. Yes, sir. Do you like a diverse backcourt or do you like system guards? Which do you prefer? If you're a Knicks fan, if you're looking at this roster, I'm not even going to hold you. When I think about diversity and when I think about systems, see, the thing about diversity is at some point it forces your coach to be creative with the skill sets that are brought to the table. So what I'm getting at is if Brunson is a stout scoring guard, like for those that don't know, I hold Jalen Brunson in very high esteem. I put Jalen Brunson in the category of a Calvin Murphy, Allen Iverson. Hey, you got something for me? Oh, what is this? This brown bread. What is that? That's y'all. Miss Mocha just made me grilled cheese on pumpernickel, and it smelled oh my god. If you don't have, if you don't have a lady from the Caribbean, go get you one. If you don't have a lady from the Caribbean, go get you one. So anyway, my point was, before I got distracted by the sweet smells of this, I hold Jalen Brunson in high esteem. And when I speak about him, I think, since a lot of fans like cookie cutter, when I mention things that are, or a lot of fans color inside the lines. So when I color outside the lines, I know a lot of people don't get it. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. If you like the color inside the lines, nothing wrong with that. That's called structure. If you like that, you like that. You like that? If you like that, you like that. You like that? If you like it, you like it. Nothing wrong with it. Hey, we not falling for it. Nope. Nope, we not falling for it. We not falling for it. See what I mean? That's why Grimes don't like me right now. We not falling for it. Nah, we ain't gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Pause. We ain't get ready to know. We we not get ready to know. No. Keith Turner's in the building. What's good, Keith Turner? Be safe out there, bro. David L says, we suck at passing. No magic happening there for us this season, especially JB is a primary ball handler. Yeah. I see what you mean. My thing is, though, I hold Jalen Brunson in very high esteem. Right? Very high esteem. But I feel like I know what type of guard he is, so I can accept it. Jalen Brunson is not Isaiah Thomas. Neither of those. Jalen Brunson is not Isaiah Thomas. But what he is, though, is great at creating separation. Jalen Brunson creates separation through footwork, like Tim Duncan. Right? Jalen Brunson is great at creating footwork, like how Tim Duncan created footwork or created shots through footwork. Right? We all know Jalen Brunson is not the biggest, nor the fastest, nor the strongest, nor the tallest, nor the most athletic. None of that, right? But what we do know about Jalen Brunson is JB can get his shot off against anyone. I'm gonna try this thing just real quick. It looks so good. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Good God Almighty. Miss Mocha, can we add this to the rotation? This is delicious. Okay. Bro, yeah, she did. Hey, she did her thing on that one. So Jalen Brunson can score, right? Jalen Brunson can score, not in a Kevin Johnson type of way, right? But more like a Calvin Murphy type of way. That man can score. Now, with that said, does he have flaws in his game? Does Jalen Brunson have flaws? Yo, what's good, boss?
Yo, what's up, Freezie? How you?
Is my
Hello?
volume down?
Hello, hello?
Is
Hello,
that my
hello?
volume or is your mic
Hold on,
low?
hold on. Let me see if I'm low.
Okay.
Give me a second. Hello, hello, hello? Hold on.
Is that me?
Hello? Nah, I don't think it's you. I think it might be me.
Okay.
1 second. 1 second.
Okay.
Yo, 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 yo.
I think you still coming in. Look, chat. Is it me?
My mic though. Okay, hold on. I'll reset. I'll join you right back in a second, Freezie.
Okay. Dripmore is in the house. What's good? Jerry Fitz says, individually, all Knicks guards have flaws. Brunson defense, Grimes lack of confidence, quickly inconsistent. Dante never averaged 11. Miles McBride offense, but collectively, they get the job done. I'm gonna get to that. I was gonna get to that. So I was gonna get to that. But the thing about that though, or you know what? Let me push that down the road just a little bit. I'm gonna pause this right here too. And the reason why I say that, the reason why I want to pause that right there is because the Knicks have a non-traditional backcourt setup. And I think it makes, since it's non-traditional, it gives Knicks fans the impression that we should probably be in search of a dominant guard. For instance, our big scorer is our shortest player and non-defender. And when we think scoring guard, we think Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady. We rarely think Isaiah Thomas, Allen Iverson. When we think scorer, we think Ray Allen, Dwayne Wade, Reggie Miller. And there's no harm in that. But what I would say in the evaluation process, I would say think a little outside the lines a little bit. Because Quickly is not a small guard, right? Grimes is not a small guard. Dante is not a small guard. But what I will say is Jalen Brunson's lack of height maybe creates a vibe that the guards are a small set of guards. Quickly is yeah. Sherwin says Quickly is 6'2". Right? A 6'2" guard. 6'2", that's not small, man. That's not small. Audio says nobody forces Knicks coaches to run 50 ISO plays for Brunson every night. Oh, sorry, I forgot. His dad is the coach. Wow, okay. Sherwin says Grimes is 6'1". Sherwin, you okay, man? Quentin Grimes is 6'1". You okay, big dog? Grimes is 6'1". Yeah, I don't know about that one, boss. Yeah, that's interesting, bro. Yeah, Grimes ain't 6'1", bro. And I've seen Jalen Brunson. Of all the players in the league that lie about their height. So I know RJ Barrett. I know RJ Barrett is probably me and Greeny's height. Me and Cover the Spread. We've seen RJ. We've been close enough to RJ to know RJ is about maybe RJ Barrett. If I'm 6'6" in shoes, if Greeny is 6'7", 6'7" in shoes, then that RJ Barrett is a smidge taller than us. I mean, it's not even noticeable, really, but you can tell he's taller than us. Right? RJ's not 6'8" or 6'9", like some conspiracy theorists want to say. Like RJ 6'8", man. You got no RJ ain't 6'8", man. RJ might be without shoes. If RJ, if I would say RJ Barrett without shoes, it's probably 6'6" and change somewhere, like 6 foot I mean 6'6" on the dot, and then with shoes on, he in that 6'7", 6'7.5" range. White Falcon says RJ 6'6" stop. No, White Falcon, don't do that. Relax, bro. You gotta relax. I seen this dude in person. This ain't some crap I got off the internet. This is stuff I seen with my own eyes. You know what I'm saying? This ain't something I got from a random website. This ain't something this ain't something I got from scoopaloop.com. This is something I saw with my own eyes. RJ Barrett is probably 6'6" and without shoes on. And I know people are gonna say, well, no, man, he measured such and such. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I saw it with my own eyes. I ain't here. For instance, them same places that say that RJ is 6'5" point such and such and such are the same sites that said Jalen Brunson is 6'2", 6'1", and Jalen Brunson is nowhere near. Jalen Brunson is nowhere near 6'1". Jalen Brunson would have to be 6'1" if he had wedges on, right? He'd have to have wedges on to be 6'1", bro. Trust me. I'm not saying that to diminish Jalen Brunson. I'm not talking trash about him. I'm just keeping it a stat. Jalen Brunson is probably about 5'10.5", maybe 5'11". RJ measured 6'6.5" in shoes, 208, 6'9" wingspan. At the 2008 Nike. Okay, all right, yep. And I'm telling you, Uncle Sam measured me at 6'5.5", and RJ has at least an inch on me. Pause. And I'm not making this about me, but me and Greeny. I was sizing Greeny up. I was like, Greeny said he's 6'5". I'm gonna see is he really 6'5". He walked in the door. Yep, he's 6'5" every bit. He saw me. He was like, yo, I was wondering if you were 6'5". Yep, every bit of it, man. And not to brag, because it's hard as hell to buy clothes when you're 6'5". I don't know if y'all know that or not. But hey man, listen, when you're a big person, it's tough out here buying clothes for big people. There he is. What's good, family?
I should be a lot clearer now. Am I loud and clear?
Yeah, man, you crystal clear, bro. We missed you, bro. How you been?
I've been all right, man. I forgot I had like updates on my computer, and as soon as I hit to restart, I got hit with a bunch of updates.
yeah.
So it took me a little bit longer to get back on, but I'm here. Salute to the chat as well.
Yo, Miss Mocha just made me a couple of grilled cheese sandwiches, bro.
Oh, you tearing them up?
Bro, these jokers so good. She put it on pumpernickel bread with like sharp cheese, bro, and it tastes kind of like.
Oh, it ain't your average grilled cheese.
Nah, bro.
It's not a Quinn Grimes of grilled cheeses.
Oh my God, come on, bro. That's why Grimes hate me, bro.
my fault, Quinn Grimes, if you listening. It was just a little jokey joke. I think you're still talented.
Yeah, he mad sensitive, bro. Why he's
Hey man, he still got acne. That's why he's sensitive.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah, he's still he ain't all the way grown yet.
Yeah. Oh, I thought those were sesame seeds, but yeah, okay. Sesame seeds on a ham sandwich.
We gotta leave that boy alone.
We gotta leave him alone, bro. Yo, I swear, I think if I ever see Grimes, it's gonna be on site, bro.
He gonna have smoke for you, man.
Yeah, yeah, he gonna. Yeah, man. But I like Grimes though. But here's the thing though. I wanted to talk to you about this. I know in the off season, man, a lot of people do shows about speculation. They don't necessarily do deep dives into stuff. It's summertime. What I'm gonna say to you is I don't want to do that no more. I'm tired of listening to that. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
right? I want to talk about some things that make sense, right? Like how the Knicks, the diversification of the Knicks backcourt presents the Knicks with a unexpected but pleasurable outcome when you look at the Knicks guards, right? So, for the sake of this exercise, I'm not going to include Evan Fournier. I'm not going to include RJ Barrett. I'm not going to include Josh Hart. I'm not going to include Jalen Martin, right? That's that because if we did that would be 9 guards, right? I don't
right.
want to do that, right? What I want to talk about is the guys that guard the point of attack and guys that facilitate and play make.
Ones and twos and
Yep,
ball handlers.
yep, 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 yep.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to include RJ. Don't want to include Josh Hart. No Jalen Martin. No Evan Fournier. No.
That your positional flexibility is stopping at the two,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, yeah.
Grimes ain't no three. Like,
No, Grimes ain't no 3. No, no. But here's the thing. If you look at the depth that we have at the position, I don't think it's bad.
I don't know. I don't either.
I
I,
think
I
on,
think
on
that
oh go ahead.
my
I'm
fault.
sorry.
I think there's a lot of interchangeability in terms of what their skill sets are
Right.
and what they all can offer. Now, when it comes to like the regular season, um, a guy like Deuce McBride might fall out of the rotation. But as we all know, over the course of an 82 game season, there will be times where his services will be needed because not everyone will be able to play 82 games, even though we would wish that.
Right.
But
Okay.
but yeah, my apologies cutting you off.
Now go ahead, bro.
But yeah, I'm, mm, I think the abilities that while the only two guys I really trust being ball handlers out of that group is probably IQ and Brunson.
Okay.
As far as being a tertiary guard and a guy that can play make a little bit, be a secondary playmaker, Dante DiVincenzo definitely adds that
Right.
with the added caveat that he is very consistent, very, very consistent. You're never going to really get those 20-point outbursts out of him, not in this rotation,
Okay.
while everyone is healthy, but you're going to get a consistent guy that's going to give you anywhere to 7 to 10 points on near 40% shooting from three and very, very consistent defense from the perimeter and point of attack. And to be absolutely honest, a lot of those things that we're naming is things that Quint Grimes does overlap. They kind of overlap. And I'm not gonna say Quint Grimes is not better or has higher potential. I think he definitely has higher potential than
Okay.
Dante, but he's also like 5 years younger than Dante, 4.
Right.
So
Right.
the the actual realized talent that Dante is right now is comparable to what Grimes is right now. Now, when we get to the end of the year, Grimes will be head and shoulders much better in my mind. I think he'll be much better than what Dante can provide, but that comes with development. This is going to be his 3rd year, right? So
Okay. Okay. I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. I think Dante DiVincenzo still has a high ceiling.
High ceiling or high floor?
High ceiling.
What do you think he can be more of?
Um,
Because when you mentioned like ceiling, I think I believe he's 28 right now, 27.
yeah,
What are those
he'll be
ages?
28 at the end of the
Okay,
season, right?
okay.
Right. Here's the thing, though.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Here's the thing with him. When you think about how he was used, I don't think he ever got the opportunity to pop the cork, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Yeah, I think he was always in a position where he had to be a role player and play a certain role, right? He never got the opportunity to be a Bradley Beal, so to speak,
right.
right? I think when I look at DiVincenzo, I look at him like a very early Bradley Beal, like coming out of Florida Bradley Beal, like sneaky athletic, pretty decent defender, connector, glue guy, can knock down shots. And then all of a sudden, John Wall slips on a banana peel and Bradley Beal gets all the shots. And now it's like,
But the context to that is Bradley Beal was what, number 3 in the draft, his
yep,
draft.
yep.
So like they were already invested in him getting those shot attempts and him having that role. Like at worst, he was the number 2, right? But
Okay.
he took off completely. He took off completely when John Wall went down, and he never relinquished that title as being the alpha on that team. But when we talk about guys like Dante got to the league, and then he was always behind 2 to 3 guys. He had this small spurt or this small window on the Milwaukee Bucks before he got
Yep,
hurt, where
yep,
his role was climbing, right? Then he got
yep.
hurt, and then he just got reduced back into being a role player while he was trying to recover from those injuries. But it's one of those things where, yeah, I think the thing that you described, Dante, you can describe that for a lot of players around the league. But
Yep. I was gonna say that.
once you get typecasted into a certain role, you just got to learn how to play that role because it still pays very well. To be absolutely honest, to be a premium role player, it still pays very well. But you got to be able to play your role. And while Dante may have a higher ceiling for Freezy, he's never going to see that, especially at this age. It's like I compare it to like Randall. Randall getting like most improved player of the year at age 27, 26. That
It's
rarely
rare.
happens. Yeah, because you never like after your third, fourth year, if you're not known as that guy, or you've not been given the opportunity to be that guy, it is very
Right.
rare that you get the chances to be that guy, which is probably why he came to the Knicks in the first place, really, on top
Right.
of the money.
It's the absolute reason why he came to the Knicks.
Because he wanted to break out of
Break
this
out. Yep.
connotation of being okay, he's the first big off the bench. Or if he does start, he's going to be in this Bobby Portis type of role. And he
Yep.
didn't want that for himself.
Yep.
It's the same kind of reason why what's his face? Christian Wood is in the precarious situation that he was in. Like he doesn't want to like he never really wanted to be just a role player. And now he has to figure out how to change his role and be a role player or a high level role player and a consistent role player. And not to completely spin away from the point, but He's trying to do exactly what Bobby Portis did when he went to the Bucks, because he went to the Bucks and he wasn't making a ton of money,
Right.
but he figured out his niche,
Yep.
and his niche in terms of being a consistent floor spacer rebounder, he found that niche and they started paying him 14, $15 million. Now, granted, that's not the superstar money, right?
Right.
But you filling that role still creates generational wealth. And staying in your pocket is something that a lot of players, if you struggle to do that, you're not gonna make it in this league. It's why Cam Reddish is just floating about.
Right.
Like, some guys, you got to figure out your niche. You got to figure out how to stay in the league. You got to do all the little things, even if you aren't getting the opportunity to get the star looks.
You know who Cam Reddish reminds me of?
Who?
His journey. I'm talking about his journey, not in
Just his
looks. Not
journey. His journey. Okay.
Christian Laettner,
Hmm.
where the talent is tantalizing, but at the same time, he will frustrate you to death, to a point where people that get tired of being teased by his talent flip on him and just start hating him. Right? And I know that sounds strange, right? But Cam Reddish is the guy like with the 38-inch vertical. He looks like a 3-point shooter, even though his numbers say that's not the case. He
And
looks like a
in a
open court. I'm
I
sorry.
was gonna say, in a closed gym, you wouldn't be able to distinguish him from any like all NBA performer. But when it's game time, he's just not that guy.
Right. 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 It's one of those things, man. Listen, I can see why the Knicks made the trade for Cam Reddish.
Yeah.
Um, because Kevin Knox, to an extent, was somewhat some of that. Like in a closed gym and one-on-ones, Kevin Knox looked like he could be Klay Thompson.
Right.
All right. But in a game situation, Kevin Knox is not that guy. His basketball IQ is not high enough. He knows what to do. Kevin Knox is Zach Wilson. If you tell him exactly what to do, he can execute it. But when you start getting him thinking through the game,
You just start having him looking like a chicken with his head cut off.
yeah. Like with Zach Wilson, if you're like at the snap, just throw the football to this guy, regardless what the defense is doing. He can execute that. Like Zach Wilson threw a fade last night where there was there was zero read, throw the ball to number 17. That's it.
Well, I'll say this to that play. It was initially a run play, but he knew he was one on the outside,
Okay.
and he threw it up. He didn't execute the pass very well. It was a terrible pass. The
Yeah.
idea was right, but the execution was trash.
Right. Okay.
So
Okay.
like, he actually mimicked exactly what Aaron Rodgers was trying to instill in his game. Like
Right.
in a year before, he would never like throw away the initial play call to throw it up, because if you watch the play, the big men up front, the O line, they were run blocking. They were trying
Okay.
to go downhill, and he basically did like
Just flicked it up.
he did eye contact with him. And it was like, yo, I'm just gonna throw this up, which is what you want to do when you have a talent like that on the outside, which is what good quarterbacks do. But the difference between like guys like Zach and good quarterbacks is that they execute.
Okay.
That's the only difference. They
Okay.
execute what they try to do. I think
Okay.
you can see the wheels turning for Zach, but he doesn't have the execution in his body yet. Like, he tries to do things, but he doesn't like have the finite details down, the finite parts
Okay.
of fundamentals. And you can look at Cam Reddish to that extent,
Okay.
where you see all the talent,
Right.
but does he master the most micro parts of fundamentals.
Right. Right.
Is your footwork right
Right.
at all times? Is your follow through correct?
Right. Right.
Like these are the small things that like the average fan across any sport we take for granted because the greats just do it automatically.
Right.
But the mediocre players or the not so good players, they struggle with finding these things. It's almost like pitching, man.
Right.
The great pitchers have the same release point every single time.
Every single time.
And the mediocre pitchers, something's wrong with their elbow. They're not tucking it in correctly. They're
Right.
tipping pitches. They're doing this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
best of the best do the same thing every single time, the same way.
Or they have stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Or they have like some ungodly, uncanny ability that most people don't have.
And to that point, like if you don't harness it correctly with the correct mechanics, you end up just
Selling insurance.
well, not necessarily selling insurance, but you end up being the guy that's just like if you ever just put it together.
Yeah.
Always those guys, and it'll
Can't
be like
relish.
it'll be like a pitcher with a 5.0 ERA, right?
Right.
But every fifth outing, he gets like 13 strikeouts, and it's just like,
Yeah.
it's something we have here.
Randy
but
Johnson.
Randy Johnson figured it out because
Yeah, but he wasn't that early though. Randy Johnson was wild early. Nolan Ryan too.
right.
Randy Johnson with the Montreal Expos. Trust me, if Randy Johnson was that, the Expos would have traded him.
I was gonna give you another example. How about AJ Burnett, someone like that?
Him too, from the Pirates.
Yeah.
AJ Burnett with the Pirates early on was not that guy, and a lot of that had to do with Pittsburgh though. But
Yeah, or I can give you like Kerry Wood or something,
and Kerry Wood is another.
where it's just like the ceiling is so astronomical, but the mastery of the basics in terms of like making sure he's right, it wasn't there. But that's part of what made him special, right?
I think that guy. I think we have a guy like that on our roster, and his name is Emmanuel Quickly. Right. I think Quickly is the guy that has all these tools that you mentioned. He has all the tools in the toolbox. Or let me put it this way: he has all the tools but doesn't have a toolbox. How about me put it that way? You feel me? Like his
bag is misplaced sometimes.
Yes. Like Quickly has all the tools, right? Quickly can get to the basket when he wants, right? He quickly has a floater, the in between. He can shoot the three. He shot 37%. He's a good free throw shooter. He's a good on-ball defender and an excellent team defender.
And when he's looking for the lob, he's probably the best lob thrower on the team.
Right. But when you ask Quickly to be all those things, he can't do it consistently, and that is what drives Knicks fans crazy. That he is not consistent.
If he could do that consistently, we wouldn't have these extension talks. It would have been done already.
Oh, it would have been done already. Part of that has to do with the Knicks being a rebuilding team that is kind of ahead of the curve. Like I liken the Knicks position right now in the NBA universe as the B student that is smarter than everybody else, but they're not in that valedictorian conversation. Like, excuse me, they're the kids that they're going to get A pluses in average classes, but you put them in advanced classes, they're going to be the B- student, right?
Right.
And it's no disrespect to them. It's just everybody has to find their niche, so to speak, right? And so it's one of those things. It's one of those things with Quickly. I think Quickly is inconsistent because he needs time to develop as a player. At the same time,
We don't
since
have that
quick
time to be just doling out when we trying to win games.
right, and at the same time that quickly is trying to find himself out, and he is trying to get better. The Knicks have been trying to do the same with their roster.
Mm,
So every roster that quickly has been on has not been a great roster. You know what I'm saying? So it's like as quickly gets better, the roster gets better, and at some point, I feel like those two will go hand in hand, and you'll see as quickly gets better, the roster will improve, and the number of games we win will increase. All because when you're rebuilding, like the Knicks are slightly ahead of, or the Knicks are ahead of the rebuilding curve. I don't think Knicks fans recognize that. I think for some reason, I think Knicks fans think you go from the lottery to the NBA Finals,
nah.
and it doesn't happen that way. Even or let me rephrase it. Let me say it again. I apologize to everybody for that. They don't think that you go from the lottery to the NBA Finals. They want us to go from the lottery to the NBA Finals, and those are two different things. Because the thing is, with Knicks fans, they'll say something like, "Yo, man, we ain't won a championship since Nixon was the president," and they're right. Or Gerald Ford was the president. I would say, was it Ford? Gerald Ford, right? But the thing about that is, for one, so what? These cats playing for the Knicks right now, some of their parents wasn't even born when that was happening, right?
Right. Word.
And so too, the other thing is if we put things in a perspective of these guys need time to develop, and we're gonna have to develop as a team, then I think what it does is it tampers or tamps down expectations. But what it also does is it has you in that moment of reckoning, like, okay, let's get to another defining step first, and
Right.
then we'll look at the long game.
Right.
But
Right.
but cats like Uncle Freezie don't want to hear that though. Uncle Freezie be up here talking about the Knicks gonna win 60 games.
I mean, but to that point, didn't we take steps to get to that 60 game plateau? I
Um,
mean, now the playoffs is a whole nother
yeah, there is two
thing.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, but in terms of being a consistent regular season team, we definitely take multiple steps to get to that point. Like quickly is heading into his fourth year.
Yeah, yeah,
RJ is heading into his fifth year. Mitchell
yeah,
Robinson is heading into his sixth year.
yeah.
Grimes is third year.
Grimes third. Yeah,
So it's we are taking these steps to get to this place of being a consistent regular season winner, right?
right, right,
It definitely didn't turn overnight. Now the other aspect when we talk about playoffs, that's the hard part.
right.
That's ultimately what makes separates the men from the boys. But it's I see exactly I see the point of view that you're having because we didn't make the playoffs last year. We got to the second round this year,
Right.
and we want to just go from the second round to the finals and win it. Whereas if you look around the league, Jokic has been the best player in the NBA the last 3 years.
5 years,
I say three. 3.
years,
Yeah,
really?
because he won two MVPs and then he didn't get it this year.
This year he should have won it this year too.
He should have. Yeah, he should have got the last three.
Yeah,
But
and
I'm,
and
I'm
and I will say I think he could have won
maybe
it 4
four.
years in a row.
Yeah, maybe four.
Yeah,
But to that point, like he's been one of those guys, and he just got to the NBA Finals and won it.
right,
And
right,
his seventh, eighth year.
right.
And there's a process. There's roster turnover. There's philosophical changes.
Yeah,
There's GM changes.
right.
There's
There's
guys just
even
getting
changes in the
better.
league,
Right.
rule changes, NBA rule changes, and
Right.
there are a lot of things. Everything is constantly changing and morphing. And so when you look at guys, man, you got to kind of keep things in a think about things in a how you want to put it. You want to look at things And in a vacuum, even though things are not linear, you want because the thing is all these things evolve in some type of ever morphing state.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say Morpheus. I swear I didn't want to say Morpheus, right? It was on the tip of my tongue, but in an ever morphing state, right? But when you look at things linearly, it's like a laser in outer space, right? When you look at a laser in outer space, everything around that laser is changing organically. And then when you talk about a straight line, you're like, okay, we can't
You're
think like
seeing,
this.
yeah, there. There's just so many different things that are happening while development is happening,
Right, right,
or the lack of development is happening, and the way the league shifts from play style to roster construction
right,
to roster building
right,
to basically how coaches operate or the line of thinking. You could even compare it to like the NFL, Freezy. Every game you turn on, dudes is going for it from 4th and 5, 4th and 6,
4 and 5 from their
and
own 40.
right, and then you think about the league 10 years ago. Nobody was doing that. Not
No,
even teams with elite
no.
quarterbacks
What
were
they
doing
what they
that.
would do is get an intentional um
Delay a game and then
delay a
punt.
game and back you up 5 yards to give your punter some more room, right? And your fifth you remember when your fourth and fifth wide receiver was only on the team to be special teams
The
gunners? Remember that?
gunner, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And now those guys are actually skilled.
Yes. Now they're the gadget guy. Now those dudes are named Sky Moore. I was like, you like, dang, bro. But to your point though, and I'm gonna bring this up. I want to get back to the guards thing just really quickly, but
Yeah.
but but even to the example that we're making, everybody in the chat, um, um, even now, big men are back, right?
Hmm.
So here's the thing: big men are back, but big men look different. I had a conversation with somebody who swore they knew basketball and they were absolutely wrong, right? Big men are back, right? The Knicks should be focusing on getting them the new futuristic big. How we know, Dre? Can you name the last 3 league MVPs?
Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid. Well, two.
And
Who's the one?
Giannis.
Yeah, down the space.
Yes. Can you name who the player that was the number one pick in the draft?
Victor Wembanyama.
Yes. Big men.
Big skilled
Yep.
men.
Yep. Yep.
Big
That is.
skilled coordinated men.
Yep. Yep. So what I'm saying is the league is changing now. There was a Steph Curry era where all the guards, you wasn't your GM would get an extension if he found a Damian Lillard or Steph Curry type guard, regardless of if the guy was Damian Lillard or Steph Curry or not.
Devontae Graham got a contract just because he shot a
Yes,
bunch of threes, and he wasn't very good at anything else.
at anything, right? Um, the the um the New Orleans Pelicans traded Buddy Hield in a first for DeMarcus Cousins. You remember that?
Right.
Sacramento only got Buddy Hield in a first for DeMarcus Cousins.
While Demarcus was out here dropping 40s, 50,
Balling.
50s.
But since
With
Buddy Hield
15
was
boards.
yes, but since Buddy Hield was a 6'4" sweet shooter,
Oh, to that point, um, that coach that well not that coach, but the owner of the Kings, he used to have a stake in the Warriors, right?
okay,
Before he bought the Kings.
okay,
And he sold his stake in the Warriors before he bought the Kings. Then the Warriors went on their run. And then since then, he's been obsessed with shooters.
yep,
It's
yep,
kind of why he overruled in that one draft to take that one shooter from Michigan, a white kid. Ah, I forgot his damn name. A
How,
bust.
how long ago was it?
Had to been like 8 years ago. Nick Stauskas.
Oh, Nick Stauskas. Yeah.
They showed the video in the war room where the owner was like, "Yo, get me Nick Stauskas. I don't care about anything else. Just get me Nick Stauskas. He can shoot threes like Clay and Steph and
Yep.
dribble the ball."
And he wound up being a G League legend.
Oh yeah, he's dropping 70 pieces out there.
Yeah. Yeah. And what they should have done is like, hey man, listen, we'll get Nick Stauskas, but just not right here. That's what they should have said.
They should have said, yeah, because he wasn't nobody. I mean, he had a good run in the NCAA tournament, but nobody was going to take him at 9, I believe, where he was drafted.
No, they weren't taking that. Do that. No, nah.
He was going to fall in the 20s,
Right.
like Tim Hardaway.
Yeah. But with our guards though, I'm not gonna lie to you. So our guards have strengths and weaknesses. Every NBA backcourt core has strengths and weaknesses. Our weaknesses though are, what's the word for the way you look at something? Our
Your
weaknesses are,
perspective,
I'm sorry.
the way you look at something. I was going to say your perspective,
Yeah, that.
but that's that's too broad if you're looking at the basketball sense that you're talking about.
Yeah, because the thing about it is when you see all of our guards on the floor defending, you see Brunson, you see IQ, you see DiVincenzo, you
Right.
see a bunch of different guys. You're like, man, we're too short out there, or Knicks fans say too small. We're not really small. We're definitely short though in certain
Oh
places.
yeah. We're stout,
Right.
but we're lacking in the length department.
Right.
We're
That
not
too.
lengthy. We're not lengthy or lengthy. We don't get in the passing lanes, which is why we kind of like play this style of defense where we just funnel guys because we can't like disrupt them in different ways. We funnel guys into the one lanky long guy on our team, which is Mitch.
Right. Which is Mitch. Yep. Since we hadn't spoken or rocked the spot in a while,
Mm.
I want to offer up a debate. Uncle Freezie and IKBM Dre in a debate about something. Right. So here is what I'd like to offer.
About to throw a rock in my shoe, ain't you?
No. Not this quickly. No, not this quickly. Right. Dang, this thing just put a commercial up. Okay. No, not this quickly. What I want to do is offer up a debate about somebody on this team versus an all-time great. What I'm gonna say is I think Emmanuel Quickly can be the New York Knicks' Gary Payton. Chat. I'm gonna tell you, I think Emmanuel Quickly can be the New York Knicks' Gary Payton, except better. Chat, y'all up for a conversation like this tonight, chat?
Oh, it hurts my chest because Freezy, Gary Payton didn't average like 20, like mid 20s in his career, couple years, efficiently too, while
Payton, yeah,
while being a premier defense, like he won Defensive Player of the Year.
Yep,
he is the glove.
Yep.
In an era where it wasn't really catered for small guards to be those types of defenders, it was the big man era. For sure.
Right.
Well, he was in the golden age of the big man. For most of his prime.
Right.
Chat, man.
Chat, what do y'all think about that, chat? What do y'all think about Uncle Freezie saying that Emmanuel Quickly can be better than Gary Payton?
Now I need to know in what ways is he going to be better?
Um, hold on for a second. I got a bug came in the door. Hold on, y'all.
But who that's a rough one. Because if we're taking into account, like, if we're taking into account pacing and all these things, like, because the '90s pacing was nothing like what it is today. So the fact, like, Gary Payton averaged 20 points per game for majority of his career in a slower pace. In this particular era, Gary Payton probably averaged 25 points per game, 6, 7 assists, still being elite defender. But being an elite defender in today's game isn't necessarily being a one-on-one guy. It's holding up your defensive integrity in terms of being a team defender, a guy that can play passing lanes, not be a liability, I can rebound. Like, it's I think in today's NBA it matters more to be an elite team defender than to be an individual like defender, isolation type defender. Because the game is just so spaced out now. You need to have guys that can communicate like
Lem-
pristinely.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well, let me throw some things out there first, and this is gonna sound bizarre when I say it, right? Gary Payton played in an era where guards posted up a lot.
yeah,
So in that Gary Payton era, Gary Payton got credit for being a great all-around defender when about 4 or 5 times a game, maybe depending on the guard, if it were a Kobe, Michael Jordan, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, Mitch Richmond type guard, they would post you up like 7 times a game in the mid
right,
post,
right.
right? Emmanuel Quickly doesn't face
Those types of
guards.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Emmanuel quickly strength is just being an all around great team defender and communicator. That's his
right,
best strength. And I'll be absolutely real. Gary Payton is one of the greatest individual defenders of all time. Like,
right.
in terms of one on one, you're not
Gary
going to
Payton
score
is
on me.
probably the fourth greatest guard. I'm gonna call him a small guard because there are some big guards out there too that
Right,
could.
right, right.
But and I know people say he was 6'5", he was 6'4", he was. But what I'll say is this: he's not a better guard than Alvin Robertson, defender. He's not a better guard, defending
Mm,
guard than Joe Dumars.
mm,
Right? He's not a better defender than Jerry West.
mm.
The greatest on-ball defender that we've ever seen is Clyde Frazier. Right? On ball, just straight up on ball. You not get
Hounding,
by. Huh? I'm sorry.
hounding,
Yeah,
pestering.
relentless, relentless. You had to draft multiple guards in the Clyde era because Clyde would legit wear your guards down, bro. Hounding them all day, bro. It's ridiculous how great of a defender Clyde Frazier was.
Sounds like his stamina was probably his most underrated trait.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he was clutch too, by the way.
Yeah.
But the thing is with a Gary Payton, I'm not going to diminish Gary Payton. I already know who he is. I saw him play. I remember him getting drafted. I know Gary Payton is a great, 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 great guard. Right. The irony though is every time I ask about the greatest point guards of all time, Gary
He's
Payton's name
never
is
listed.
rarely in the conversation. Right. 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 Like Dre, who are your top 5 point guards of all time?
Oof.
Is Gary Payton in your top 5?
Okay, Magic is one. Steph is up there.
Right.
John Stockton.
Jason Kidd.
Yeah. I'd have to Steve Nash.
Steve Nash. Yeah. Well, let's make it easy. Is Gary Payton a top 10 point guard all time?
I'd have to think who okay. So who's after the five?
Hmm.
You know Dame is gonna have to end up somewhere up there. Dame is
Yeah.
better than Dame is
Yeah.
better than him.
Right. Right.
Jerry West is considered a point guard.
Jerry West is yeah.
Chris Paul.
Right.
Is Russ?
Right.
I'm
No, he's not.
I'm putting
Yeah.
Walt over him.
Yeah. Clyde Frazier. Man, listen, it's not even a question. It's not Isaiah Thomas. It's not even a question, bro.
If we talk a resumes, Tony Parker's.
Yeah. So, and I'm not diminishing Gary Payton. What I want to do is just, have the
I didn't
conversation.
even mention Isaiah. Right,
You didn't
Rob.
even mention Isaiah Thomas, bro.
I skipped right over Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
You don't even think about Nate Archibald,
The Celtics had 3 point guards better than Gary Payton all time.
Kuzi.
Yep. Kuzi. JoJo White, in my opinion, is better than Gary Payton, and Tiny Archibald is better than Gary Payton. Right? This is just me. That's my opinion. I may be wrong.
I might put Kyrie over him. I might have to put Kyrie.
Yeah, we got to put Kyrie over him. Yeah. And so my thing is with Gary Payton, I don't want to diminish him, but every time we have the conversation about comparing a Knick to a player, we automatically elevate the other player because of what I call Stockholm syndrome. Right? Like for instance, if I say, can Jalen Brunson score like Allen Iverson? Right? Immediately, the first thing people say is they read off Allen Iverson's resume, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, and I get it, but Iverson is great, bro, great, right? I'm not asking is Jalen Brunson as good as Iverson. I asked, can Jalen Brunson score like Iverson? Right, that was the original question.
I think he can.
Yeah, and when you look at the effective field goal percentage,
that's not even.
It ain't even a
question. But I'll say this, particularly for that particular era, advanced analytics wasn't a thing. Dudes was you're my bucket getter, go get a bucket and take the hardest shot you can imagine in a slow down, drag him out pace. Granted, I think Brunson would probably still thrive in that era. I think he would still be very good.
Yeah.
But in terms of it being completely slowed down with no spacing, taking difficult shots, like Allen Iverson's shot diet is probably one of the most difficult in NBA
the
history.
craziest you've ever seen.
It's between him and Kobe.
I was gonna say Kobe was the opposite. I think
Kobe took some very terrible shot. Well, but he had the physical attributes that it didn't really matter.
Right.
Because he would take some very difficult long 2-pointers, consistently difficult long 2-pointers. But the way he had the ability to rise up over the defense, it gave him the chance for it to not affect the shot nearly as much. I would say Vince Carter also had like an extremely high range of difficulty in his shot attempts. Him and Tracy.
Right.
For that era.
But the thing I'm getting at though, if we're being honest, those Jason Richardson, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady type guards,
they had the physical advantage majority of the time.
They're not typical. They're not in today's typical NBA guards. The typical guards in today's NBA that play the two, right, are the more fluid, athletic, ball handling type. Today's two guards are more like Larry Hughes than they are Vince Carter. For those that remember Larry Hughes.
That's the guy that should have had a higher. Well, he did have a pretty high ceiling, but he's never really reached the ceiling.
He was always paired with
a ball dominant guard.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
He was always paired with a guy that always wanted to score more than him. So it was just like Allen Iverson, Gilbert.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Granted, those guys were more talented than him, so
Yeah,
I
they were,
understand.
and they were more consistent to him too. And
Yeah.
Larry Hughes didn't reach his ceiling because he was forced to be. He had personal issues off the court. Like
Right.
he had to be a dad to his brother at like 19. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he had a whole bunch of stuff going on. If he could have just focused on basketball, bro. Yeah, I think that's the story. I may be wrong about that, but I think that's how I you know.
Yeah.
But my thing is though, is when I compare quickly to Gary Payton, automatically what we first do is diminish quickly and put the player comp on such a high level that it makes just me mentioning it sound crazy. But what I'd like to do though is before we say Gary Payton is the GOAT, look at what it is that we're actually comparing. Right? Because think about this. Outside of elite defense, what else was Gary Payton better than Emmanuel Quickly at?
Well, I'll say
He
if we're
was a better
going
playmaker?
no, but I think he was over. Well, this is the caveat. Gary Payton got to and through his prime, and when Gary Payton got to and through his prime as a starter, he was a lock for 20 points per game on pretty solid efficiency.
Okay.
But quickly hasn't gotten to his prime yet. So
So Gary Payton didn't average 20 points a game in the NBA until he was 26.
his prime.
Yeah, 26 years old, right?
Yep.
And I know what people are gonna say. Well, Gary Payton played more years in college. Gary Payton's first year in the NBA, he was 22. Emmanuel Quickly's first year in the NBA, he was 21.
Yeah.
So there's like no real wild, you know, gap for these guys, right? Well, I think the thing that we could compare though, the thing that we could compare is Gary Payton's defense, right? I'm not even gonna get into numbers. I'm just gonna say Gary Payton was the best on ball defender from the point guard position in his era. Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say it that way. And the other thing too that Gary Payton did for most of his career is stayed healthy. Right? Gary Payton for his career basically stayed healthy for most of his career. Right?
Which availability is the best ability.
Yeah. Corey Lee said passing. Is Corey Lee probably salty because the Giants, man, got
I can't even talk, man. So I can't even say nothing at all, man. I'm in pain.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
life goes on, man. Life
Life
goes
goes
on.
on. Life goes on. What I would say, man, is Quickly at this age, whatever Quickly is, whatever age Quickly is, I'm gonna compare him on to Gary Payton on Basketball Reference, just to
Well,
just so
like
that I can look.
what was Quickly's last season? Age 23 last season?
I think so.
Age 23. Yeah. I think yeah, this year is gonna be his age 24 season.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. Gary Payton, Emmanuel Quickly. Quickly is averaging 12.7 points a game. Gary Payton for his career averaged 16.3. Quickly averages 3.2 rebounds. Payton averaged 3.9. Quickly averages 3.1 assists. Payton 6.7. Gary Payton 1.8. That steals category is diluted though, because Gary Payton at one time was the steals king, right? Gary Payton shot 46.6 from the floor for his career. Quickly is shooting 41.6. So he's half a percentage better. Quickly for his career is shooting 36.7% from three. Gary Payton shot 31.7. Basically, Quickly is better Quickly is a better shooter than Gary Payton, maybe not a better scorer.
Yeah, I think, and that's part of that is just we're going to keep it real for that era. Gary Payton was posting up smaller guards, man.
Right.
And that and if you go look at like how point guards and size have changed over the years, in the 90s literally had the smallest point guard era out of any era in NBA history. Like
Okay.
the average point guard in the 90s was 6 foot flat.
Right. Right. Okay.
Now the average point guard is 6'4" and taller. Today in today's NBA.
Yeah. Because speed at point guard is not coveted. Shooting at point guard is coveted.
Shooting and switchability.
And switchability.
Not being a liability on the other end.
Yeah.
Being able to hold
the
your
international style of play is coveted. Where in the 90s, the American style of play was coveted.
Where it was like, yo, we need a floor general. He gotta be 6. If your point guard is not named Magic Johnson and he taller than 6'3", I have no use for him.
Right.
you are a 2 guard now.
Right. No doubt. Also, just real quick about the Quickly and Gary Payton thing. I'm only doing a comparison. I'm not trying to sell anybody a bill of goods. I'm not trying to make anybody like Emmanuel Quickly. What I will say though is this. What I will say is that the Giants suck. The New York Football Giants are bad. The New York Football Giants are their coach is absolutely Yo, what's good, boss?
Yo, what's good, fellas? How y'all doing? Good evening.
Absolutely. How you?
Ain't nothing,
I'm
man.
good. Ain't nothing, man.
Yeah, we chilling, boss.
Ain't nothing at all, man.
So do you?
Man,
so
my heart.
I'm sorry.
No, I want to say one quick thing to my brother over there above me to the right. Um, Bittersweet victory yesterday. Congrats.
Bittersweet is like the most perfect.
But I did say that was gonna happen. He's gonna get out there and get hurt.
Oh,
You predicted ACL. I mean Achilles tears.
No, I didn't. I didn't
That field,
predict
that
but-
field is cursed. I'm gonna say that right now, Lee. That field is trash.
Okay, well, you got the money. Go buy us a new one.
We mean bias
Y'all
and all
renting?
that. You know what's funny?
You renting?
You know what's funny? The Byron's were so cheap. They didn't want to get the new field. What's his name? Woody Johnson was trying to get the new field, and Myers were like, "We're not doing that. We're not doing that." Myers was like, "Yo," even though they got the most money, they like, "Yo, we're not doing that."
yeah.
So it is what it is. I mean, if we could go like historically, that field gets people hurt.
Yeah.
Wow.
MetLife gets people hurt, but you live with it. It's life. Move on. I'm
Mhm.
sure that there's about 70 million reasons why Aaron Rodgers will be back next year. So we'll see.
Well, you got to go into his
His,
solitude, his darkness, solitude, and
if he gonna have
position himself.
he's gonna have to go in that he's gonna have to go in there with a trainer because he's gonna be recovering this whole time.
Yeah.
He gonna have to be in there stretching his Achilles out. So
Shoot, I just got off. From a torn Achilles.
oh,
And
that's rough. That sounds
yeah, I'm
rough,
talking.
man.
Yeah, I did it. Last year, October 1st. Yeah, bro.
Oh man,
And he
you
gonna be
still
out believe.
You still coming
No,
back from it.
yeah,
me
well,
too.
shoot,
Me too, man.
my
Not
fat self
Achilles.
ain't running, so
I'm sorry.
yeah. I said my fat butt ain't running, so I'm just trying to walk.
Yeah, man. Hey, yo, I ain't gonna lie. So I had I'm coming off a blown out knee too, right? What it is
Mm.
I tore a bunch of ligaments in my knee. Because what it is, if y'all have a dog and you have grass, what they'll do is they'll dig and you don't see the holes, bro. You just
That's
and
Oh,
you step in it, bro, and then next thing you know, you just
no, that's what happened.
you just on the ground hollering, bro. You're like, oh my god.
down
Yeah,
goes
man.
Frazier.
Yeah.
Your knee going in a place it wasn't supposed to go.
Yep. Yep. And my knee went
Mm.
straight backwards on itself.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
straight backwards on
Ooh.
itself. And if for people that don't know what it's like to be, at the time I was like 350 pounds. So if you don't know what it's like to try to, you know what I'm saying, bro,
Mm.
it's crazy, bro.
Mm.
It's crazy, man. You in the emergency room, and they're like dudes coming by like down here is a little slower, right? So down here, I'm in the emergency room, I'm in pain, and like the medical staff, like dudes, the support staff, like everybody ain't doctors in the hospital, right? Everybody in the hospital ain't doctors, right? So dudes walking by me, they like, yo, fat man crying, bro. What happened? The snack machine broke? They tell a joke. You know what I'm saying? They're like, big man, it's all right. We'll get you change for the vending machine, big man. You know what I'm saying? And you mad? Lee, I thought you was gonna support me in that one, bro. You laugh.
Oh,
See,
I know, I'm laughing
that's a
because
come on, bro.
because all I'm gonna do is just here's my debit card. 'Cause, they got new machines there where you can just tap.
Lee, you gotta support me, baby boy. You gotta support me, bro. You can't just be piling on, bro. You gotta support me, boy.
Oh,
You gotta
I'm not
support me,
piling
bro.
on. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
That's
Oh
that's
God.
messed up, bro. And ladies and gentlemen, this is my friend right here. This is my man right here. Holland
Oh
dog.
God.
Appreciate you, bro.
Hey,
You know
don't
what?
worry about it because
That's
that's
okay.
how I felt when they got on me. I was like, "What the hell you out here doing some stupid stuff like you was doing, knowing better?" You know what I'm saying? At 50, you know what I'm saying?
That's all
Knowing
right.
better.
I'm gonna bring in some help. Just for that, I'm gonna bring in some help.
Oh.
Yo,
That intro fire.
yeah, man.
Intro.
People be showing up when they intros be long too, bro. I like the most.
Let them get the whole runway with the pyrotechnics. They go and like a wrestler.
And the hype man and everything, bro.
Wow. Now
Salute,
Bam
bro.
Bam Bigelow.
what up? A Bam Bam Bigelow. the Brooklyn
Salute,
Brawler, right?
salute,
Salute,
Yeah.
Drake. Big brother
What's
Freeze,
up, baby boy?
my man CL to the smooth. What is good? When I just walked in the
Yo,
crib, man, I had to
nah,
do
bro. Don't
something.
come in being friendly, bro. Lee up here laughing at me when I had a blown out knee, bro. And dudes was cracking jokes and Lee up here co-signing for them, bro. You got my feelings
Oh,
all
that's
hurt.
not
I'm mad touchy right now, bro.
that's not cool, Lee. Come on, Lee, that ain't
I mean,
cool, man. See, I ain't hear what y'all said. I just stepped on in.
Yo,
he got mad because I offered him a bag of Cool Ranch. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so
I thought
so
he would have got mad for the pasta salad or something like that.
oh
you
see, I
know.
was about to see. See what I
My
mean,
bad.
man?
My bad,
Nah,
my bad.
so bully. What happened is this. Um, um, I was walking outside, right, and my dog, my puppy, had dug a hole, and we didn't know he was in that stage yet of digging holes, right? Because he was like what 6 months at the time.
To
So
my
you know,
Benny.
Benny dug a hole right in front of our stairs, right? And so in front of our stairs, so we got like the concrete, you know what I'm saying? We got the brick stick, all this stuff, man, thing leading up, but right off the pavement, he dug a hole.
Oh no.
So I'm walking up there, got bags in my hand. And you know how you walking up to the door, you got bags in hand, you looking for your keys, all this stuff, your phone ringing. And I stepped right in the hole, bro, and my knee collapsed backwards on itself.
Oh.
You
Man,
know,
yeah.
no, I blew my knee out.
Damn, bro.
No, this was last year.
This is last year.
Oh.
This was last year. Yeah,
Okay.
and so I was telling Corey Lee about how I was in the hospital, and down south it's a little slower pace, right? It's a little slower pace than other places, man. Ain't no harm, no foul, right? So I'm in the emergency room trying not to cry because my knee is just like obliterated, right? And so dudes in the hospital, you know, everybody that work in the hospital is not the doctor, right? So dudes is walking by me, looking at me in the face. They're like, "Yo, big man, it's gonna be all right, man. You ain't gotta cry, bro. You know what I'm saying? you ain't gotta cry, big man. You know what I'm saying? They gonna get the vending machine working. It's all right. They telling fat man jokes, right?
Yeah.
They telling fat man, and then Lee gonna jump in and co-sign. Is it because I said the Giants was trash? That's what it is, Lee.
Whoa. Oh man.
Well, that's just my motivation to come in and to say something to you, you know. But seems like you're gonna use that as an excuse. Yeah, why the hell not? Stop now.
We look disgusting. We look disgusting. I mean, downright just cornball disgusting, man. Dre, congratulations, man. I mean,
congratulations.
Sorry for the loss. Hold on. Sorry for AR-15, AR-8, but y'all did come back and win. So congratulations, man.
Bro, I'll put it this way. It's like getting shot in the face, right? But I found some Ray-Bans, so I'm gonna put some Ray-Bans over my face. So
hopefully you come up with a Benny the Butcher. You know what I'm saying? Because he still be spitting that fire. You know, I tell you like this.
Yo, Corey, that was a good one. I like that. Benny the Butcher. Yeah, I see you on your Griselda. Okay.
I mean, but that's Conway. Conway.
It don't matter.
No, Griselda. He part of Griselda.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. But I think when I think about one, I think about the other. But let me say this. You know what I'm saying? Zach didn't look that horrible. He just didn't have that big of a playbook to play with. You know, he only had maybe about 12 plays.
He didn't have the first team reps. The game plan was for Aaron Rodgers, man. That's who it was.
Well, he been running around New York City since he got here. He ain't been doing nothing. Hey, he been playing preseason.
I'm gonna tell y'all something about that real quick, because sometimes I think our memory is like we want to remember sometimes. But I'm gonna tell y'all this: them first 4 plays, Aaron Rodgers, them first 4 snaps, Aaron Rodgers was under pressure, brother.
The whole time,
really was.
Like the cheap suit, right? And then when Zach Wilson came in the game, the Jets did what they should have been doing, and that is run the football down Buffalo's throat. That's what they should have been doing. I think sometimes, these coaches come out, they be trying to be too cute. They be trying to come out with these college offenses, and then they quarterback be taking a beating. And that's what happened to the Giants. But you know what the Giants?
I was about to say that.
You know what the Jets did though that the Giants didn't do?
Simplify the playbook.
The Jets
improvise.
The Jets, but they also, what the Jets coaching staff did, to their credit, was like, we out here getting whooped, man. Y'all got to stay tough. Y'all got to show these boys you're not gonna get pushed around. And you saw it in the Jets' face, bro. The Jets was like, okay, we in for a fight. And with the Giants, ironically, I thought the approach was go out here and hit Dallas in the mouth, and we're gonna smoke cigars later. And then when they came out here and they came out there and tried to hit Dallas in the mouth, and it ain't work.
It worked that first drive, and then the snap.
Yep. And then
The
Mike
snap
Tyson says, "Yo, everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth."
Punched in the mouth.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Giants got punched in the mouth, and it was all you saw it. You saw them get deflated. Soon as that
we was all on the phone
blocked,
together laughing.
Yep. Soon as that kid got blocked, bro, you just saw all the energy leave out the room. And I know that's not a football way to put it, but yeah, the Giants was just, man, they tackles was getting whooped. They like, but so were the Jets. But the Jets hung in there. They were like, yo, we just gonna let them know that it's gonna be nip and tuck all game. And the Giants was in survival mode. But anyway, my bad, Bully and Lee. I ain't want to dominate. I did have a thing that I wanted to talk about though.
Come on, yeah. Let's get to that.
Look, hold on, real quick before you go. This remind me of Brett Favre when he got here to the Jets. The same way it was not. I mean,
Brett Favre had a more successful run. Brett Favre went 8-3. This guy got hurt immediately.
Right. Yeah, but leave them Green Bay boys alone, man, and get your own quarterback.
Now Jordan Love gonna be their quarterback in like 10 years.
15 years.
But yeah, my thing is, so I introduced something, man. I think Emmanuel quickly can get on that trajectory towards being a Gary Payton type point guard. I don't think quickly will ever be as good as Gary Payton, but I do believe that Emmanuel quickly can get on that trajectory.
Two-way impact.
Yeah. I don't want to say Clyde Frazier. I will say Gary Payton though.
Yeah, Clyde Frazier is a little different level of relentless.
Yeah, Clyde Frazier was all offense and all defense. There's guys like that come around every 100 years. You know what I'm saying? That's why you hadn't seen another Clyde Frazier yet.
Especially with wardrobe.
Yeah, especially with that wardrobe. Yeah.
Who's the closest thing to him now? What, Drew Holiday? The closest thing.
No.
Drew
Holiday.
No. I'm not saying Drew Holiday is in his stratosphere. I'm just talking about an actual two-way point guard because there aren't any two-way point guards.
Right. Yeah, I was going to speak to that though. Think about Bradley Beal's offense and Drew Holiday's defense together.
Oh God,
that's Clyde Frazier.
Wow. Okay.
A funny thing about Bradley Beal is that he was supposed to be a plus defender, and then he just stopped caring about it.
Well, he got that money. I'm not saying that he wasn't dedicated to the game. Once he got that money, I think he got to relax.
When you start scoring 30 points per game, you see they pay a little bit different than playing defense.
The checks hit a little bit different.
When you
exactly.
When you score,
still smell the ink.
More. Yeah.
You still smell the ink on the paper. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the cash. So yeah. So they're playing loot bills for you.
Oh my bad.
No. Go
ahead. So Quiet Money said two things. So first, Quiet Money had a comment where he said that we have to change Corey Lee's intro.
Uh-oh.
So I got Corey Lee's new intro. Here it is right here. That's my guy. That's my guy. No, I'm just messing with Lee. Nah, Lee intro is fire, bro. Lee, my guy. I'm just joking with him. Right. But he says, also how while he's backing up Brunson. That's the thing, right? That's the thing. That's the thing I want Knicks fans to consider, right? How can quickly be comparable to Gary Payton when quickly is backing up Quentin Grimes and Jalen Brunson? Here's how, right? Here's how. Gary Payton's first 4 years in the league look similar to Quickly's first 3 years in the league. Right. Defensively, very good defender. Not the best defender in the league, but very good. Known for defense, right? Also, Gary Payton was his first 4 years and probably his entire career was a terrible shooter, period. Gary Payton in his fourth season as a point guard shot 59.5% from the free throw line as a point guard, right? Gary Payton's numbers only increased when Gary Payton started taking 20 shots a game. There's a stretch where Gary Payton averaged over 20, right? But Gary Payton was in that 19 and a half shots per game range, meaning he was getting all the shots. What basically what I'm getting at with you guys is if we just look at impact on the floor and not just the numbers, look how good. And listen, y'all might prove me wrong, right? Y'all might prove me wrong with the Emmanuel Quickly thing, right? Right. But if we're talking about a guy that impacts the game on both sides of the floor, regardless of position, because even though Gary Payton was listed as a point guard, when they brought Nate McMillan in the game off the bench, guess what position Gary Payton played?
Two.
The two. He played the two. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where, you know, it might have impacted Gary Payton's assist totals because he wasn't the primary playmaker. He was a primary playmaker. He was the starter. Okay. But when they got into sub packages, Gary Payton was always off the ball. Basically, what I'm saying is Gary Payton was a starter at point guard in title. You know what I'm saying? Like how RJ Barrett is our starter as small forward in title. And I'm not diminishing Gary Payton. What I'm saying is in my mind, Gary Payton's a combo guard. Is all I'm saying. I think Gary Payton's a combo. I'm not diminishing his talent. I'm just changing the title of Gary Payton. Right? I think Gary Payton was a combo guard. I saw him play with other guards, and they were the primary ball handlers. Right?
You think Quickly is ready to take that leadership position? Like man, I'm tired of all of this, man. I'm ready for big time. I'm tired of coming off the bench, man. I mean, if Brunson, I hope Brunson don't never go down. I really don't. But I think if it has to be that way, if Brunson got hurt, I think Quickly is ready to step into them shoes and get busy. Well, I really do.
Bully.
Yes, sir.
Bully, to your point, I'm kind of sort of back you up to some degree. Because for an example, that Boston game when Brunson was hurt and he told Randall, because Randall was obviously gassed. You could see that. But you see how he told Randall, hold on a second, let me end this game for y'all right now. And we're gonna go on home. We'll lose in overtime. And so he showed that he has the capabilities of doing that. Now, can he be consistent? That's the question. I think right now
that's really the question. That's really the question.
Yeah, that's the question. Can he be consistent with it as a starter? Is the unknown. I'm gonna say his upside to being that is very, very high. Now it's all about what he does this year because now he's coming up to a contract year this year, and so that speaks for a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Whether how much money we're trying to offer him. You know what I'm saying? Is he gonna be on the market? Who's gonna come after him? All kind of things. So and also too, where do we land at the end of the year? Do we land in do we land in the ECF with him, or do we end up in the NBA final? You know what I'm saying? And I know I might be reaching when I say that, but still, a lot of factors gotta come in play. So I don't know. What's your opinion, Dre? You don't mind me asking.
Oh, what was the question? What did you ask me? What's my opinion?
What I
on the whole general question itself.
On him being like Gary Payton or being better than Gary Payton?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the thing that might get overlooked in that some of like the thing that makes Gary Payne is his mentality and his ability to get under people's skin. I think
Right.
Quickly has a little bit of that, but he does it not in a direct way where he's targeting other players, but in a more of like he'll he'll this is the thing Quickly does. He elevates his teammates with the way he plays or the joy that he plays with. Like when Quickly hits a timely three, it might as well be worth 6 points as opposed to
Mm,
anybody on this team.
mm,
Like a timely Quickly three hits harder than a timely RJ three or a timely Brunson three or a timely Randall three. In my opinion, I could be wrong, but it just feels like it's like a game breaker in NBA Street when he gets going, as opposed to anyone else on his team. Like he has this infectious part of his game, and I think like the things that are intangibles, it's kind of like compared apples and oranges, because
mm-hmm.
whereas Gary Payne will psych out the other guy on the other team
Right.
by just talking to him, getting underneath his skin, whereas the thing that makes Quickly such a great team player, he's great defensively as far as being a team player, but his energy that he plays with is infectious, and it gets everyone else going. Even in the gym, even on the road when he gets going, he
Mm,
mesmerizes other teams.
mm-hmm. I
He
agree.
mes- so it's one of those things. I don't know. I don't know if you can be Gary Payne, because Gary Payne, really, to that point, he top 75 all time.
And
Yep.
he got to be the quick. He got to be Quickly. Then he got to be himself and find his own lane. Then there
Right.
it is.
Yeah. I think the lane that Quickly is in, he imitates Steph Curry in that way, where he tries
Whoa.
to he tries to be a bit
Word.
of a lightning rod.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I,
Okay.
I mean,
No,
if
that's
you
not. No.
remember,
No. That's not all disrespect. No. No. No.
He
that's
said,
Very
he
not
good.
said,
disrespect.
but
I
he
like
said,
that. I like that.
first of all, he said imitate and not is.
Right.
No,
Right. No.
imitate.
No.
The copy is not the original.
No,
Facts.
no.
Facts. I get it. But I like that take. I like that take. I do
But
like
but
that take. What you just said, Dre. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep it real. Like the antics that Quickly has, where he's like shaking and shimmying on the floor. When
Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry dropped 54 on us, what was Steph Curry doing?
Yeah.
Shimmy ain't shaking. It's skipping.
And that was the first time he started doing it. And then when he went on his run, all he did was shimmy, shake, cheese at the camera, jump up
Mm-hmm.
and down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
House of Pain.
it's a bit of
Crisscross,
like
dude.
it was a bit of the infectiousness that drove part of that culture over there. And I
Facts.
think I think Quickly looks up to Steph Curry. He can say Lou Williams is one of his idols that he
That's
looked
what
up
I was.
to.
Mm-hmm.
He can
Lemon
say
pepper.
that. He can say that, but we all know, like, as far as like the most influential of this era for the guards, or for the guards coming
Mhm.
into the league that are not super athletic,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
it's Steph Curry. And if you look at the way they try to play, he definitely imitates, not does, imitates.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the first couple years in the league where he was just taking long threes, just
Mm-hmm.
with no consciousness,
Right.
just taking them 27
Mm-hmm.
footers.
Right.
Well, only thing I'm gonna say about him, if he's gonna try to imitate Steph, he's gonna have to be a much better ball handler, a much better ball handler. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and also to see the floor a lot better. You
Yeah,
know, because
I'm
that's the
inclined to
one
agree.
thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing obviously Steph has over him and the other imitators that are out there. You know, but to your point of him, what you said earlier, lemon pepper Lou, I'm still keep him in that lane until you know
I
until he
think
does
I
that.
think I think he's a much more well-rounded basketball player than Lou Williams.
Then Lou Williams. Yeah.
Lou
First of all,
Williams is
he a better passer off rip.
Lou Williams is just Lou Williams, without a doubt, is the better scorer by a wide margin.
Oh,
Not
facts.
even,
Mm,
but in terms of
mm,
the other parts of the game, the other parts of basketball, he's way better than Lou. I'm not even gonna get to the defensive part. That goes out the window.
Mm.
Right.
So it's sort of like I see parts where he takes from Lou Williams in terms of like the herky jerky parts of his game and the floaters. He definitely takes from Lou Will from that part, but like the
Definitely
joy
got the floaters.
the joy that he tries to play with, or the infectiousness that he tries to implement or implant to his team, he's definitely from the Stephen Curry school. Not saying he is Stephen. I'm gonna keep it real. All the greats have players that come in the league trying to imitate parts of their game. That's just simply what it is. Marshawn Brooks came into the league as a fake Kobe. So,
Whoa, Marshawn Brooks.
so
Let me offer.
Where you
I
play
just
at
wanna
now? I'm sorry.
that man is in China.
He been out the league.
That
He
man
in
is in
China.
China.
He play at
for the.
home with 2K.
Yeah, he on
He
2K
play
right
at
now.
home
But
with 2K.
Wow, you know.
yeah,
Wow.
so
That was New Jersey's finest. Okay, I'm sorry.
no doubt. I
For
just
the
want to
Nets.
say just really quickly. I think the better scorer thing is overstated. I think Quickly is a better scorer than Lou Williams. Now, if we're talking about is
Shooting
Lou Williams a
percentages.
better volume scorer? Lou Williams is a better volume scorer, but I would challenge somebody in saying that if Emmanuel Quickly took 21 shots a game, would
Oh,
Emmanuel Quickly put up numbers like Lou Williams put up? Because Lou Williams played in the league 19 years, right? Lou Williams
Facts.
played in the league 19 years, right? He averaged 20 points a game 3 times, right? And I know 20 points a game shouldn't be the standard, but 20 points
it's a
a
nice
game,
round number.
yeah, for these type guys, yeah, and I have another number I'm gonna throw out for you, right? Lou Williams didn't start outscoring Emmanuel Quickly until he was 30. Right. Lou Williams' first season that he had a better scoring season than Emmanuel Quickly was 2016, 2017, when he was 30 years old. He averaged 17 and a half points a game.
Was he on the Raptors by then?
He was on Laker. He played for the Lakers, and it was after the Raptors, Lakers and Houston. So the Lakers traded him to the Houston during that stretch, or I think that's what it is. It looks dicey up
That's
here,
crazy.
but
That's
even him averaging 17 points a game, he shot 42.9% from the floor, 36.5 from 3. Right, but he shot 88% from the free throw line. But another thing, though, I wanted to point out about Lou Williams, and I'm just learning this as I look at the numbers. Lou Williams had a 22% assist percentage for his career.
Wow.
That's higher than Dante DiVincenzo and Emmanuel Quickly, bro.
Wow.
And maybe the numbers are telling a lie right now, but I don't know. I always thought he was a low assist man, high volume scorer. But then when I look back at it,
I think
he was a combo guard, but he leaned into the shooting.
No. You want to show that I don't think the league didn't know what to do with him because number one, he didn't go to school, and number two, I think they were trying to make him more of into a point guard. So those assist numbers are probably early from his earlier part of his career. You know the bundle or the bulk of them.
But you got to remember when he got to the league, he was paired with Allen Iverson, and Allen Iverson was who he based his game off of at the time.
hey Lee, that's a great assumption, but it's not accurate. He didn't
Okay,
average. No. I'm with you. I'm not trying to throw you under the bus because I assume the same. I'm with you. Think about we together. We together on this, bro. We together on this. So, but he didn't start averaging 5 assists a game until he was 31 years old, playing in the backcourt for the LA Clippers. Is when he started averaging 5 assists a game. So I'm not trying to throw you under the bus. I'm just stating with the numbers say. That's all.
And also too, he also played with a lot of talent too on that LA Clippers team.
But you got to take into
Backing up.
account. You got to take into account assist percentage. Just means like the percentages of your passes that lead to assists, right?
Yep.
He was very ball dominant in the time that he does play. So naturally, his assist percentage is going to be higher because he's going to be the guy on ball the majority of the time. Quickly, for better or worse, isn't the guy that's on ball majority of the time, even when he comes off the bench. Sometimes he comes off the bench and he's sitting next to RJ and he's sitting next to Brunson and he defaults to them. And then sometimes he's much more of a team player in that aspect. Like high volume on ball guys will have a high assist percentage. And assist percentage is just percentage of your passes that end up being assists. It's because he has the ball in his hand the majority of the shot clock. And if he's not shooting, he's probably if he's gonna make a pass, someone's gonna have to put up a shot. Because it's only gonna be so many seconds left on the shot clock.
But Dre, check this out, homeboy. I think Quickly is gonna come out and be a little bit more aggressive this season. This season, this basketball season, because I think he know his potential, and I think he ready to bust out the box. You dig? So I think when he come off the bench, he gonna be on fire. Yo, he gonna be on fire. He have something to prove this year. You know what I mean? So I mean,
y'all think Quickly coming off the bench?
Probably. And if I had to guess, he's probably.
I think he's gonna come off the bench, but when he come off that bench, he's gonna show and tell. He's gonna show
but
off.
I'm not too necessarily worried about him coming off the bench because I still think he's gonna play 28 minutes a night. Even with Dante here, I think he's gonna play 28 to 30. So it's not necessarily him coming off the bench. It's just his minutes.
I think he's gonna Hulk out. This season, man, for real. Him, RJ, and then Julius got something to prove. Yeah, I think they all gonna Hulk out this year, man, for real. And stuff. And then them with Hart and Brunson being in RJ being in the FIBA games. Yeah, I think they got something to prove, yo, for real. But definitely Quickly for sure.
I'm looking at it like I said before, it's gonna be an 82 game season. Guys are gonna miss time. It is what it is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They could Grimes could miss time, Brunson could miss time, Dante could miss time, even IQ could miss time. But in that process, guys are gonna get elevated minutes, and I think Quickly is always ready. Now the playoffs was obviously a disappointment, but I'm not gonna throw them away just yet.
No, I ain't throwing them away. I want them to elevate, man. I want them to get savage. That's what I want. I want them to get savage. I want them to Hulk out, get savage. Y'all seen where y'all was at.
The Brunson we know, he wasn't great in the playoffs in one of his first go arounds. He had a terrible playoff series against the Clippers. He got benched.
Yeah. Things happen, bro.
Yeah, I mean, bad matchups and just not finding a rhythm. Playoff intensity is something you got to adjust to. It's hard.
Can Deuce do anything for us? Can Deuce McBride do anything for us?
And not unless someone gets hurt. I think he's the odd man out.
I think he's the odd man out too. I was about to say that.
In terms of our rotation of this regular season. Now, when one of any of our guards go out, he's definitely going to pick up the slack and play 10 to 15 minutes or so, something like that. If any of our guards go out.
The same thing I'm gonna say about Deuce McBride. I hope that he took this nice long off season and found some offense where he learned how to become a scorer some way, some form. You know, that's the only thing that's gonna save his life on this Knicks team because I don't even think he's gonna get an Exhibit 10 and be sent back down to the G League because he's fighting for his life. You know what I'm saying? Just to even some playing time. You
I'll
know,
ask you this, Lee. Do you consider like a guy that can hit spot up shots a score? Because I don't even want him to be a scorer. I just want him to hit open shots.
well, that too, either or. But also too, he has to. I mean, but nobody knows. He's a guard. He's not even. You can't even put him in a lane of a shooting guard or a two guard, or you can't even call him a
He's
combo
he's
guard.
he's a
He's a
small off guard.
guard.
He's a small off guard in the way that Pat Beverly is. A small off guard that has tenacity and plays defense at a high level. Any offense you get
But
is a plus with him.
mhm,
It's a plus. But what he's out there for initially is not to score. He's just.
mhm.
But the thing is with Pat Beverly is he learned how to be a low volume guy, but he's very efficient in his touches. Like he shot 40% from three.
Mhm.
That's the niche that Grimes has to be in. Where like around the league, there's going to be a place for him where teams' best player is not going to be a point guard. It's going to be or a playmaker is going to be a two guard that can play make or a big point guard like a Luca or something or a big playmaker out the post like a Jokic or something. And it's like there's places to be like a low usage. Like I'll give you one, Javon Carter. Javon Carter just got a nice
Mm.
little contract, and he's not a traditional point guard in the sense that he creates for other people and he's creating his own shot. But what he does do is play defense at a high level, and he
Right.
shoots a crazy percentage from three. Like
On
But,
on
but
knockdown wide open threes.
right, and that
And
yeah, but
and he didn't come into the league as that. He developed into that.
right, like
yeah, see, and that's and that was been my point about this Grimes guy is that he's just like I don't. It's just like it seems like his steps to where he is now have been very incremental, or even I think it's more of a psychological thing. I hate to get like Nev, but it's more of a psychological thing where when he was down in the G League, he was doing his thing. He was averaging like 20 points a game. He comes up here with these cats, and it's just like, is it the disparaging
and
in the level of competition compared to where the actual his
I'll give you
team is.
this, Lee. The way you play and the mentality is different. Like I'll give you this example. I don't know if you were listening earlier, but I gave you an example. Like Dante DiFrancesco has the ceiling to do a whole lot more than what he does, but his
Yep.
Mm,
mentality, he trained himself into a skill set where you always have to be ready. You always have to be consistent. You got to hit the open
mm,
shot. You never know when your number is going to be called. As opposed to like Deuce going to the G League, he has the ball in his hands the entire time, so he has a different measure of confidence. His mentality is
mm,
different. His focus is different. Trying
And
to
and
dial it up
the
and dial
structure
it
is
down is
different.
too, yeah, like trying to dial it up and dial it back is two different mentalities, and sometimes it's harder. Like you can watch Team USA. Brandon Ingram didn't know what to do when he's off ball. He was
Right.
horrendous off ball.
Right.
But we all know who he is in the structural offense when it's focused around him. But when it's
mm.
not focused around him, some players just don't know how to be consistent or
Let me
efficient
add,
in
Dre,
that
let me add
scenario.
something to the G League thing though. In the G League, brand, when an NBA player goes to the G League, he has the greenest of all green lights. It's like a
Mm.
Major League Baseball player on a rehab start.
Mm,
Everything revolve around
mm.
everything
Then
revolve
send him down to
around
the
that
minors.
player. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like when and nobody hopes this happens, right? But say when Jacob DeGrom would get hurt, right? The miners would celebrate because not because of his injury, but
Because he
because they
recovered.
know they're going to sell more tickets because the DeGrom is going to be doing a rehab start, right?
Mm-hmm.
The team is going to eat better. No more of those
Mm-hmm.
pasta salad disposable things that you're going to be eating, right? They're going to be eating because Jacob DeGrom is got bread, so he could be feeding the team out of his pocket while he down there.
Facts.
Steak
You know
and
what I'm saying?
lobster down there, man.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And the news coverage is going to be covering the team because DeGrom is down there.
Facts.
Right.
Just like when
Right.
Jeter went to the when Jeter went down to the minor leagues when he got hurt.
Yeah,
Yep,
to do
you're
his
right.
rehab start. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's
Mm-hmm.
like when Dion with one of my friends, one of my good friends in life, used to play second base for the Toronto Blue Jays. It's a dude named Orlando Hudson.
See that?
Right?
Salute.
Right. Orlando was like, yo, when Dion got to Toronto, they was in the minor leagues in Toronto. Yeah, I remember when Dion Dion got a minor league contract with the Blue Jays, right? He knew he wasn't staying. Right? He knew he wasn't staying. But Dion saw the bus that they was riding on. Dion bought a whole fleet of buses.
Yes, he did.
For that minor league affiliate, bro.
Yes, he did.
So now
Jordan,
Orlando then went from hoping that the bus would make it to the game to now they are stopping on the way to the game at steakhouses, and they got reserved areas where these dudes is eating steak and macaroni and all these things, bro. Is you know what I'm saying? It's a difference. And basically what I'm saying is when Deuce goes down to the G League point guard ain't trying to talk to Deuce about, yo, this is how we run things down here. That G League point guard is getting out of the way, hoping he don't get cut. That G League point guard, the dude that used to be starting before what's the name got there? He like, Deuce. nah. This is Deuce team while he down here. For this day or two that Deuce is down here, this is Deuce's team. You know what I'm saying? So I get what everybody's saying about Deuce putting up numbers in the G League. It's because when Deuce gets to the G League, that's his team, bro. Deuce is the star of that team when he get there. So everything revolves around Deuce. That's why when you hear about certain dudes like NBA players putting up numbers in the G League, yo, it's because of that. For that reason, I'm telling y'all, Trevor Keels is trash, bro. Trevor Keels might get cut because he an NBA player playing in the G League, and he looked like a ham
Corey
sandwich.
said the same thing. Yeah, Corey said the same thing. CL said the same thing.
So my bad, Dre. I ain't mean to cut y'all off with that. It's just it's just a difference when those two dudes step down. I talked to Orlando, man. I was like, yo, Orlando, what's it like to have Roberto Alomar like coming up to you, talk to you? He like, yo, cats would be so jealous that Robbie would talk to him, and they friends, bro. They be on the phone every day, like dudes that y'all names from the past that y'all probably forget about, like Brandon Webb and dudes like that, names that people forgot about. Man, these dudes talk to each other every day on the phone, bro. Every day. Dudes like names y'all forgot about, like Carl Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, these dudes be like on the phone every day talking to you.
He got a bag.
Yeah, he got a bag. He got a bag.
Oh, no, he got it from the Red Sox, but he played.
Yeah, he got it from the Red Sox. Exactly. There you go. Yeah, you're right.
They be fantasy football leagues together, and you know, see, it's mad weird. But anyways, I just wanted to point that one thing out about the demotion to the G League. It's not really a demotion for an NBA player if you just going down to get reps. Now, if you've been playing bad, then it might be a demotion, and you know you're gonna be down there for a minute, right? But cats like Deuce, I'm gonna say this: I think he has more value than that too. I believe so too. I think Deuce McBride has greater trade value right now than RJ Barrett. The reason
that's because he makes no money.
Exactly.
Right, there you go. He don't make no bread.
Right.
He don't make no bread.
Right. It's not that Deuce is a better player than RJ. It's just the total package is more intriguing. A young, super athletic point guard that all he needs to learn because think about it. If all Deuce McBride has to learn how to do is knock down those open threes. If Deuce McBride was shooting 40% from the floor, bro, we don't sign Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah, if he's shooting 40% from three, we don't sign.
Yep.
And he's great on defense. He's great on defense, man. Ain't no denying that. His defense is nice.
If he got enough reps, if he got to, in my opinion, if he got, I'm gonna say this and it's gonna sound weird, right? If Deuce got enough reps on, like if Deuce was getting 27 minutes a game, Mitchell Robinson might be the NBA Defensive Player of the Year. I know it sounds weird, right? Like, how in the world you
That's
drag
kind of
Mitch into
deep.
this?
Yeah, that's
But
kind of deep
but
because you're gonna
but
be handing that ball off.
but the thing about it is it's not that Mitch is not a great rim protecting defender. It's just that dudes be getting such a running start to the dudes go by RJ and Jalen Brunson and put Mitch in such weird. You know, now imagine a player had to fight his way to the rim and then get the Mitch. You know what I'm saying? And I think Deuce McBride with 27 minutes is all NBA defense. I think he's a better defender than Quickly, than Grimes, than DiVincenzo, than anybody that we have. It's just his offense is so wildly inconsistent that you can't play him, bro. You just can't. You just can't play Deuce McBride, man. I mean, not when you got Jalen Brunson out there. You know what I'm saying?
So if you said that, I'm sorry.
If
So
Deuce
if you said that,
McBride was
where can he
6'7",
go?
if Deuce McBride was 6'7", we would never sign Dante DiVincenzo.
If Deuce was 6'7", he'd be Derrick Jones Jr., in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because I think his athleticism is understated because we don't see it enough.
Yeah. Right.
But if you, man, I always point back to when he took off outside the paint to dunk on Nick Claxton when we were playing the Nets. If he would have threw that dunk down on Nick Claxton, bro, it would have been the greatest dunk in Knicks history, bro.
Besides Starks? Is you serious?
Better than Starks, yes.
Ow,
bro, he took off from 2 feet.
I know he took off from
outside the paint. He took off with 2 feet outside the paint, bro. Cocked it back with one hand. Bro, if he'd have threw that dunk down, we'd have still been talking. We'd have had that junk on a t-shirt, bro.
That might be the second greatest dunk in Knicks history, man.
It would have been. I think it would have been the best, bro.
But hold on, before y'all said that, so we can't handle Deuce. I mean, not that we can't, but if it's suitable for him to go to another team, what team would it be? Like, yeah, I mean, what team would it be?
Right.
If we can't, if we had to get rid of him.
No, we don't want to get rid of him.
No, I don't want to get rid of him. I like Deuce.
If we trade him for an asset, if we trade Deuce for an asset.
Right.
Okay.
Washington? Maybe Orlando? Maybe a young Minnesota? Or you can't say Memphis because they already got the gun toter. So you know what I'm saying? Like, the gun toter. Fake thug. But where we go? Like I could see him probably down in Washington, man, for real. I think Washington would be a good fit for him and stuff like that. Maybe Orlando might be a good fit for him.
You talking about fit in terms of the package or the fit on their team?
Well, yeah. Of course we're gonna have the package him. Hopefully we don't lose him just outright. Just give him up. Because I think he got great value and stuff like that. I don't want to give him up. But if a team was calling for him, I'm thinking Washington.
I would do Deuce McBride to the Denver Nuggets for a first-round pick.
Whoa, I was thinking back. They not going. I was thinking it. I was Freezie. I'm telling you just now, bro. I was just thinking that, but I know that's not going to happen, bro.
Nah, man.
I wish.
Nah. But listen, you gotta hit me out on before. Yeah, me bugging. But as soon as somebody says something, no. Relax. Let me explain it. Let me explain why.
Okay.
So first of all, Denver is a championship team that is money conscious, right? So even though they could keep that first round pick, right, and draft somebody and have them sit on their bench or have them play, whatever. They would save money by getting Deuce, who's a second round pick that you could pay less money over the long term on a re-up prove it deal. So they would give up a first round pick, but basically they wouldn't be giving up first round talent, right? It's not like they're getting Victor Wembanyama with the number 30 pick. We got to relax. The difference between the number 30 and the number 31 pick is usually either exposure or injury or something. Like when you get to 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, it's basically preference. It's something there, right? And so Denver gets a great on-ball defender that's going to play limited minutes, right? And the Knicks get a late first-round pick that they can throw into a trade package with a team that probably would never have preferred Deuce, but they like the idea of the first-round pick. That's the reason why I say try a team like Denver. Not that Denver is going to be trading that pick where they could have took Michael Porter Jr. or they could take like Stephon Castle, the point guard going in Connecticut or something like that. They ain't gonna trade that pick. They're probably gonna be picking 30. And the only difference between 30 and 31 is 30 gets a guaranteed contract, 31 doesn't. That's it.
Okay, good point.
Am I off with that though?
No, you're on point. You are so definitely on point. But you know, to your point, also too, or not even, but more so, I see him more like Miami would grab him. You know, because I can see him more of an Spoelstra, Pat Riley type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Quickly, you know, if he would not make this roster, but I mean, I think his chances are better. And I forgot about Trevor Keels because yeah, he might be in overseas in about 2.5 more months. You know,
Who's
somebody
that?
get him Keels.
Oh yeah,
You know, I was saying,
He's not even a Knick right now.
Is he not? He's not.
Nope.
Now he had G League. He in a G League, right?
We have his G League rights, but if someone
Yeah,
wanted him,
but he done with us though. Right?
He's not on a contract where he could come up to the Knicks right now. He's not on an NBA contract. He's on a G League deal right now.
Oh wow, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
We have his G League rights, but
CL pointed that out to me when he was playing for the summer league, man. And I had to look at a couple of games, and I was like,
that man
you know
was
what?
trash.
He kind of right, yeah. Corey D kind of right. Like I'm looking at him like doodle on the stick. I'm like, but I'm not going, disrespect nobody, man. Yo, good luck to that young man. I want him to, get better and stuff like that.
I thought he was gonna be 6'10".
Yeah, man.
Well, he can be 6'10" over there. He can be 6'10" over there in Budapest. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah.
In Thailand.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, man.
Somewhere.
Yeah, that dude is like he is the Jay Dilla of second round picks, bro.
Oh nah.
See, I'm not going there. I'm not doing that.
Nah. The Jay Dilla of second round. The Jay Dilla of second round pick. The Jay Dilla of second round picks is Nikola Jokic. That's the Jay Dilla of second round picks.
Yeah, y'all wildin', bro. Y'all wildin' out.
No, you wildin'. You better stop, man. You better leave that man. Yo, rest in peace, Jay Dilla, man. Rest in peace, homeboy. Great beats, man. Great beats.
Yo, y'all showing mad love for Jay Dilla. He all right, bro.
Yeah, I love Jay Dilla. I ain't going front like I love P-Rock, like I love Premier Marley Marl. Yeah, man. Jay Dilla, dude. Large Professor. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm not going there today. We got to go to vibes and stuff for this, man. We talking Knicks, right?
Yeah, man.
Yo, Freezie, him and his pasta salad, ham sandwiches, and Jay Dilla's, he got to stop right now.
Bro, I swear to you, bro. I don't even know what pasta salad is. But what I will say though is this: I think Miles McBride is a secret weapon. I think he and Quickly both, if they could just tighten up little spots and they get the thing with I ain't gonna lie to you. The thing about that I see with Miles McBride's shot is it's always long. Y'all notice that? Like that man's shot is always back iron or hit the front iron like a laser beam.
You know what
I'm saying? Hard. It's hard. Like there's no touch.
Yeah.
0 touch.
I guarantee you working on that.
The shot form looks great. You can tell he worked with a shot doctor, right? But the touch, bro, you like, man, yeah.
And you know that tells me that he has no confidence. Like it leaves his hand, it feels He thinks he's feeling good, but he has like no zero confidence. You
Yeah,
know,
man.
and my son, you know what I'm saying, who has a sweet mid range game. You know, I tell him all the time when that ball leaves your hand, you vision it going in. You see it when it leaves your hand, and it's just like boom, it's gonna hit, it's gonna hit, and when it hits, it's gonna fall.
A dude,
So you know,
taught me one time, man. When you a shooter, your elbow, wrist, and fingers always supposed to line up with the middle of the rim. If they don't line up with the
hmm
middle of the rim, your shot gonna be off. It don't matter
Mm,
what else you do, bro. It don't matter what it would. If your arm is out of line when you shoot, or you pushing the ball sideways, your shot gonna have that sideways spin on it, and you
hmm
just keep your shot in line. If you keep your shot in line, you be straight. You know what I'm saying? That's all he. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Elite right too, man. But you know, but my thing is, bully. I think
mm-hmm,
if my McBride goes somewhere and gets a chance,
mm-hmm.
I think you could see him ascend to a 6-man role for a team. Like for instance,
solid.
I think the perfect situation for Miles McBride, and I'm talking about in terms of playing time, not in terms of talking about what you're going to get back in a trade. The perfect team for Miles McBride to me is the Detroit Pistons. And
Wow.
the reason why
Mm,
is because they already have all the big guards that do a ton of stuff. Right? They have
mm,
Jaden Ivey, they have Asar Thompson,
that's
who
what I'm
I
saying.
think is gonna be Scottie Pippen-esque, right?
Okay.
So you have Asar Thompson and you have what's the big guy name? The pretty boy, the Albie show looking dude at point guard.
You talking about
Oh, you talking about
What's the Albie show
uh
looking dude at point guard?
he said that.
2 point Pepe Le Pew 2.0.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
What's his name? I see his face. I see his face. I just gotta get
he
his
be
name.
killing me on 2K, bro.
Somebody from France.
Nah, he from Oklahoma State.
Yeah, he's from Oklahoma State. Yeah, he's from the US, man.
No, not him. I ain't talking about Killian Hayes. They got him too.
Oh, that's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
No. Dre, who's the tall point guard they got?
Oh, from where?
Detroit.
Oklahoma State, Detroit Pistons.
Um,
The number
Cade?
one pick. Yeah.
Dave Cunningham.
Yeah. So they got
Kate
think about all
Cunningham.
those
Yeah. There
think
you
about
go.
all those tall guards that they had. So they got Thompson, Ivy, Hayes, Cade. All they need.
Hayes is on his way out of there. I'll say
You think
that.
so?
Mm.
Hayes, nah, he's not.
Who?
How you figure
Hayes,
that?
Who?
How you figure that,
nah,
bro?
he's done. He's done out there.
You
They,
said Killian Hayes is out of there?
yeah,
He
nah,
can't do nothing.
he's terrible.
He's
He is
Killian
light
Hayes.
skin. He's light skinned Frank.
Killian Hayes
Wow.
is
Damn, Dre.
Killian Hayes is a young Matisse Thybulle, right?
Whoa.
That's giving him too much credit.
Oh, defensively?
Yeah, that's giving him too much credit.
Defensively, I have
On
to see.
defense. On defense is giving him too much. Because remember,
Gave
you
it
gotta
L
remember,
funny.
y'all was Matisse Thybulle. Matisse Thybulle's first and like his only NBA skill up until like the last second half of this year when he started shooting three well was that he was an elite defender. He came to the
Lockdown.
NBA elite immediately.
Yep.
Mm.
So
Yep.
that got him minutes on a playoff team.
Yep. He started on a playoff team, right?
Nah, he
Yeah.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He
Went to the
didn't.
bench, but
Yeah.
he still got him minutes on a playoff team.
Mm.
Like Killian Hayes is efficiency wise, he's like I think he is the worst player in the NBA shooting.
God, dog, Dre,
I
really?
thought it was RJ.
Nah, it's
No.
Whoa,
Stop it.
whoa,
if you
whoa,
look up
whoa.
advanced
Nah.
analytics and anything for Killian, he's at the bottom of the league, like 99th percentile bad.
Mm.
And to be absolutely honest, there's really no place for him because if we keeping it real freezy, they're 1, 2, and 3 all can double as point guards or point forwards
Yeah.
or combo
Mm.
guards.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can't have 4 of those guys. Like like when they stagger their lineups, one of those three are always going to be out on the court. There's no room for Killian Hayes to exist in that type of situation because number one, they're going to be high usage guys, and Killian Hayes isn't even a low volume like efficient shooter, so he can't even play the off ball role. He is no Eric Snow. He's not that.
You say Eric Snow?
Yo, let me. Okay, so I'm gonna throw a rock in y'all shoe just really quick, man. No disrespect. No disrespect. I'm not gonna say anything about Jay Dillon.
Here it come.
About Jay Dillon. But I think Killian Hayes is on his way to being Chauncey Billups.
No, I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't even see it.
Okay.
I have no issue with Killian Hayes. That's just it.
I think Killian Hayes is going to be out of the league after next year.
Y'all mind if I just explain it though? Why I say it?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Okay, so when I was looking at Emmanuel Quickley's thing, because I think Emmanuel Quickley is going to be better than Chauncey Billups also, right? And I'm not saying this about every guard. I'm just saying certain guards get a bad rap because their career starts off maybe slower than everybody else, right? But when you look at, so I'm looking at Chauncey Billups's first 3 seasons in the NBA. Third year, I'm sorry, Chauncey Billups in his, where is it? I want to look for there it is. Chauncey Billups in his second NBA season shot 38.6% from the floor and 36% from 3, right? But at the time, we all know Chauncey Billups was miscast by the Boston Celtics. Remember, the Boston Celtics saw like 50 games of Chauncey and then traded him to Toronto, right? And so Chauncey Billups as a Boston Celtics shot 39% from the floor and 34% from 3. He couldn't shoot and he wouldn't shoot, right? Chauncey Billups was taking about 9 shots a game. Chauncey Billups didn't become the Chauncey that we know until he got to Detroit. When he got to Detroit,
Denver.
Relax. Let me finish, bro. Let me finish.
All right, I'm sorry.
No. I just want to throw these. I just want to throw these numbers out there so we can have, so y'all can understand why I said what I said. Right. So Chauncey Billups. Nobody remembers Chauncey Billups in Minnesota. Anybody remember the Minnesota Chauncey Billups?
I do.
I know.
Yeah, because he was nothing. He was just a random draft bust looking guard, right? He get to Detroit. He got around veterans, man. And what happened was he improved by not shooting the ball more, but finding one thing to be great at and then doing that. Right. And I think an NBA player can find one thing to be great at and make it to the Hall of Fame by doing that. Right. And I'm not saying Quickley is a Hall of Famer. I'm not saying Killian Hayes is a Hall of Famer. What I'm saying is before we throw these young players away for coming into the league trying to find their way, merely look at the development of Jalen Brunson. Right? Jalen Brunson is another guy that had a certain thing, but once Jalen Brunson said, hey, listen, I'm not going to be able to out-rebound everybody. I can't. I'm not a floor general. But what I could do is I can manipulate the pick and roll and score in the mid-range. I am a mid-range darling. When Jalen Brunson went to his mid-range game and was like, I can't post nobody up. I can't take nobody off the dribble. What I'll do is I'll use what I have to be a good NBA player and then let that excel. And then once teams have to game plan for that, then I can whip out other stuff like 3-point shooting. Right? and I know it's not the fancy thing to say, but what I'm saying is everybody that comes into the league doesn't just burst onto the scene as a star. Some people have to work at it. Chauncey Billups had to do it. Gary Payton had to do it. Paul George had to do it. Kawhi Leonard had to do it. Jalen Brunson had to do it. Julius Randle had to do it. What I'm saying is
okay,
these players. So these players like Killian Hayes, like for instance, Killian Hayes, for his terrible shooting, ran a lot of point guard last year for Detroit. And the thing about Killian Hayes at point guard last year, and you don't notice if you didn't watch Pistons games, Killian Hayes is a floor general. He can't shoot, he can't score, but he was diming people up last year. I mean, diming people up last year. When Cade finally was out for the year, man, Killian Hayes was diming people up. Now, the only thing about that, though, is teams not going to respect his diming ability because he can't score. But if the scoring comes along slowly but surely, and he continues to be a dimer, Killian Hayes is going to be in the league for a long time, man.
I'm going to say this.
Ricky Rubio.
I watch.
Ricky Rubio.
He doesn't possess the IQ of Ricky Rubio, number one.
No, he don't. No. And most point guards don't, by the way.
No, yeah, that's. But the guys you name in Freezie are outliers. And when shooting is at a premium in this iteration of the league, like you could talk about Chauncey Billups back then. Even back then, Chauncey Billups was an above average 3-point shooter for that era.
Okay.
And even now, Killian Hayes has not even squeezed above 29% from three in his first 3 years. And he's going to enter in a season where he's going to be fourth on the depth chart in terms of on ball with the ball. And I'm going to say this. Back then, it was easier for a guy to figure out his way in the league. In this iteration of the NBA, if you don't show improve within 2-3 years, you're out. You're done. It's not that I don't think he could ever attain this level or get better, but comparing him to Jalen Brunson, at no point was
I can't compare the development of Jalen Brunson, not the two players.
No. Development, this, that, and the third. Jalen Brunson was good at being a low volume player. He was a plug and play guy. He wasn't getting the volume to get the stats or whatever. But if you looked at his shooting splits, at no point was he below 46%. Killian Hayes is literally the worst shooter in the entire NBA. True shooting, effective field goal percentage, you name it, and especially what is valued in today's NBA, you could dime all you want. You can do all the diamond, right? But in this NBA, if you can't score, you're not gonna last long.
I'm gonna let little brother Dre finish.
You just not like. There's a reason why there's no more Rondos in the league. Just to be real with you, Freezie.
Wait.
Those guys are phased out.
You mean no more Rondo? You know Rondo won a championship with 2 different teams, right?
And I also know Rondo played with Hall of Famers. Multiple Hall of Famers.
Right.
In their primes.
Right. And so one championship he was along for the ride. The other championship, you could say they wouldn't have a championship if Rondo
is one of the smartest players in NBA history.
Yeah. That Lakers championship without Rondo, they don't win a championship without Rondo.
But Rondo was also like his 14th year. Killian Hayes is not making it to 14 years.
But we're just talking about Rondo, though. We're talking about Rondo. It's not like Rondo.
But I'm saying
else.
The type of player that is,
right?
It's a reason it's phased out, and the reason why Rondo even made it to this point in the league, Freezie, he actually was shooting threes at a high clip in the playoffs. That's why they won.
Right.
He was shooting. Right. He was killing from the perimeter. That's why they won. He had to evolve his game away from what he was to even help them win the title.
That's my point. That's my point, though. My point was.
But it took him. I'm saying, but that evolution took a decade plus.
It don't matter. But he got there, though, right?
he got there. But
And you're
Killian Hayes,
saying, but nowadays you're saying nowadays teams don't have the patience to wait
number
on a
one,
Hall of Famer to develop.
Yeah.
number one, no, and number two, Killian Hayes was never diamond at the rate that young Rondo was.
Okay, all right.
Never.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Young Rondo still was a better playmaker and a better defender than this kid.
Yeah.
And a higher IQ.
I didn't say that though.
But
I never said that. I said Killian Hayes was diamond for this team when Cade was out. That's what I said.
Yeah, but it's I'm be I probably see maybe 15 to 16 like Pistons games.
Right.
Yeah, he ain't it.
Yeah, I disagree with you, bro.
He might show a flat. He might show the flat because I've seen him drop it. I've seen him have a real like one of the best games in his career where he dropped like almost 30 and like had like 12 assists. And then he'll come around and the next 7-8 games, he out here shooting like me. And it's like bruh, no.
Right.
No.
Okay.
Yo,
And then he doesn't possess the physical attributes to overcome his lack of skill or his shortcomings with skill. Like, for instance, what's his name? The kid that they just drafted that we wanted, right? That combo guard. Slips on mine.
Jaden Ivey.
Jaden Ivey, right? Jaden Ivey.
Oh.
Jaden Ivey is a terrible shooter at this current juncture.
Yep.
But his physical attributes allow him to excel at certain parts of the game where his skill might catch up. And even then, when we talk about skills, Jaden Ivey is not a good shooter. He's still a better shooter than Killian Hayes, man. Killian Hayes not it, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's had very good individual games, and he's shown flashes, and he's shown flashy ability. But to get to the NBA, of course, you have to have some ability, but the consistency is the part that I don't ever see coming, because once you make it 3 years in a row in the league, Freezie, and you never crack 30% from three, like we get on RJ for being a bad shooter, right? RJ has never shot sub 30% from three. And we think RJ is a trash shooter. If you were to have Killian Hayes on the Knicks, you would be hot. You'd be upset watching him play.
I wouldn't, because I understand what he is.
Oh,
I wouldn't.
Well, then but then
hold on, Dre. Hold on, Dre. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Okay.
So you said the thing. So you're saying I would be high. I'm saying no, I would not.
No, I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing. Like I see your point of view, but that's because
the thing is with it is if you're waiting on Grimes to develop,
right,
and quickly to develop, and Miles McBride to develop, to say that a guy that's gonna be an elite defender, probably better than Grimes right now, maybe not. Yeah. Oh, come on, man! Don't do that.
Killian Hayes.
Don't do this, bro.
No.
Don't. Okay. All right.
Nah, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one, because I'm gonna say this. This is where
is Grimes the best defender? Is Grimes the best defender on this team with the backcourt defender on this team?
Depends what you value, but no, I think Quickly is
right, and so when we looked at one Saturday, you and I looked up the on ball defense, and we saw DiVincenzo was ranked as a better defender than even Grimes. I mean, even Quickly, right? But I think DiVincenzo was ranked 11th, and Quickly was ranked like 18th or something.
But
the
chart. But to contextualize the chart, it also showed that Grimes' matchups were literally amongst the most difficult in the entire NBA compared to Dante's. Dante was not checking the most difficult guy on every team, or most difficult guy on the perimeter on every team. So when we talk about how it's like 18th, well, yeah, it's gonna be 18th when you're a second year guy again.
No, that was Quickly. Quickly was 18.
Oh, Quickly, but
Quickly was 18.
But we saw like on the chart that initially we saw like Grimes was like in the middle of the pack. Grimes was like middle of the pack, but
Grimes was in the 30s, right? He was in the
but
30s. I
yeah,
get that.
yeah.
I get that, but to say that Grimes is a better defender because he guards better scorers is assuming that the only reason DiVincenzo and Quickly are that high is because they guard second unit guys.
No.
Right?
I'm not saying that.
That's the assumption.
It's not a perfect formula. It's not a perfect science because there's multiple things that go into it. But as you see, Freezie, when Quickly and Grimes are on the court, we kind of see who gets put on the on-ball guy or the point of attack. We know Grimes is assigned that. We know, like, if Quickly and Grimes are on the court and we're playing the Wizards and Beal is out on the wing as the lone point guard, who do you think that Tibbs puts on him?
Grimes.
Okay then.
Right. And for that reason, so are we talking about Thibodeau making the correct choice?
Is it the correct choice?
Is it? No, absolutely not. Absolutely
I'm
not.
just contextualizing why he might be looked in the 30s. Whereas if he had more, if Grimes was put on guys we thought he could check better, his defensive acumen or his statistics would probably be more favorable. But he's getting thrown on elite guys at the 1, 2, and 3 every single night.
Right. But
we're telling him to fend for himself, bro. Just do it because RJ and Brunson can't do it. That's what we tell him.
Argument, bro.
It's not a straw man. It's just what happened.
Nah, because the thing you don't take into context is that when Grimes is on the floor in those moments where he's guarding the other scorer, you know who the other guard is on the floor with him?
Brunson.
Jalen Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
If Drew Holiday was there instead of Jalen Brunson, do you think Grimes takes those matchups or Drew Holiday?
And to that point, well, if Drew Holiday's taking on those matchups, you don't think Grimes his defensive rating would probably go higher because he's facing lesser talented offensive players?
That's exactly what I wanted you to say. That's exactly what I was trying to get to you. What I was trying to tell you, bro. The reason why Grimes looks like why Grimes passes the eye test is because the other option on the floor is not a defender. That's what I'm saying. So it looks like Grimes passes the eye, and I'm not saying Grimes is a bad defender. What I'm saying is out of Quickly, DiVincenzo, and Grimes, I think those two are better than Grimes right now, though I think Grimes may take a step forward this year and be better than them. But if we're just going on what we've seen in the past,
in a team defensive concept, I think Quickly and Dante are better wholly in terms of communication and
you got to deal with Tibbs with that
screen navigation, all of that,
all of those things. But when it gets put on the court, Grimes, you gonna have the long night tonight. Even if you out there with Quickly, Grimes, you're at the point of attack no matter what.
Right, and so every time you say that, every time you say Grimes is the guy at in those,
I'm not saying he's thriving at it. I'm saying he's put in a situation.
I never said you said that, bro. What I'm saying is for every time that I hear somebody say Grimes is our lockdown defender, I think about those daggers that Drew Holiday hit in his eyeballs. A non-shooter getting red hot in a Grimes matchup. Right? I think about the Chicago game that broke our 9-game win streak, where DeMar DeRozan just pump faked him in the air and was just drawing fouls like he was at the water fountain. You know what I'm saying?
But shot makers at this level, no matter what defense you play, they just gonna make shots.
I understand that, and for that reason, I'm saying, let's keep this Grimes thing in context. Will he be a great defender? I have no doubt that he will be a great defender. But just to assume that Grimes is better than Killian Hayes right now just because we see him? Nah. Nah, because I saw him against Jimmy Butler, and it looked like Jimmy Butler was, and I know Jimmy Butler got him by 30 pounds, right? And I know Jimmy Butler got him
Freezie, put
by
Killian
40.
Hayes on Jimmy Butler and see what will happen. Please.
Okay.
Jimmy Butler put 56 points up on Drew Holiday, as you just mentioned,
Right.
in the playoff. He averaged damn near 40 on Drew Holiday net in the playoffs.
Right.
So great players are going to be great. No matter what defense you put on them.
Okay, if that is your stance, right? If great players are gonna be great, right? If these great scorers are gonna be great, right?
Cully wants to link.
Okay.
In the chat.
Yeah, okay. Hey, salute to the GOAT, Cully. What's good, Cully GOAT? So here's the thing. If great scorers are gonna be great, right? My thing is how do we just assume that just because Grimes guards them makes him one of the elite defenders, when the outcome is going to be that offensive scorer is going to be regardless? How do we say that Grimes is that guy? Because if in theory, we should be thinking if great scorers are going to be great and we put Grimes on them, then Grimes should at least be slowing them down. In theory.
I think the reason why Tibbs even throws Grimes out in these matchups is because of his physical stature, where he is undoubtedly, he can screen navigate, but he's also not a tiny guard.
Right.
So Tibbs thinks in his mind, he's 6'5". He can screen navigate like a smaller guard.
Yep.
I'm going to try to put him on any scorer that's anywhere between 6 foot and 6'8".
Yep.
And then I'm just going to put him there and not think about it. And quickly he's on the backside, making sure our defense is on the string.
Right.
It's kind of like Tibbs thinks he's a lockdown corner, but he's really like Asante Samuel.
Right. I was with you when you were saying that, but I wasn't. I'm totally in lockstep with you. I wasn't going to say lockdown corner. What I was going to say is like two great safeties, right?
Right.
Like one safety is absolutely
the free safety and the strong safety.
Anything in the run game, Quentin Grimes is knocking his head off, and then quickly is on the backside. You know what I'm saying?
Cleaning up
the single high safety. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Calling everything else. He Earl Thomas. Like Grimes is Cam Chancellor and quickly is Earl Thomas. You know what I'm saying? And I know that sounds like a wild stretch, right? Especially since
I get
that's a Hall of Fame. That's a Hall of Fame secondary, right? But the thing is with Grimes, though, the only thing I want to make sure that we understand in the Grimes conversation is, even though Grimes is a good defender, he's put in that situation because of scheme. Right. It's not because he's the most elite. Because Tom Thibodeau's scheme also put Reggie Bullock in that same situation. The Cully GOAT is in the building.
Salute, Cully.
Yo, man, salute Freezie.
Salute.
What's good? What's good?
Salute, panel. Salute, chat. I hope everybody's good, man.
Peace, how you been, bro?
Peace. Hope everyone's doing well, man. Salute.
Man, your Giants look great, bro.
Did they? No, they don't.
Your Giants look great, bro.
Nah, man.
I think Rel came in here because he a Cowboy fan. He just wanted to see what.
Salute, Rel.
Yeah, I saw.
Salute, Breezy.
Yeah,
Breezy. I see what you said about my avatar, and no, I'm not no doggone net fan. It wasn't that. Biggie had the colors already. It wasn't that. But salute to you, big dude.
Okay, to rep Brooklyn, man.
Yeah, no diggity.
Shout out to Brooklyn, bro. Shout out to Williamsburg, bro.
Shout out to Brooklyn, man.
Hey.
Flatbush, East New York, man. Salute, man.
Thank you, Kelly. A long time not hearing from you for the minute, man. Salute to you and your family, man.
Yes,
yo, Corey, man. Wake
hope
up.
Everything's well, man. Hope everything's well.
Yeah.
Lee Mike. Nah, man. Lee Mike is super dope. That's just the mic, bro.
Y'all bugging.
Yeah, Lee. Yeah.
You got to mess with my boy.
I got a 5-year-old I got to deal with in a couple of hours.
I know.
Yeah,
Oh man, the Cowboys took his love of football away from him. Really.
Oh no,
Oh, come
no.
on,
Who?
bro.
Rel said, I don't watch football no more.
Oh,
I'm making the assertion it's the Cowboys because he's a Rangers fan, so Dallas
yeah,
Fort Worth area, I'm assuming.
yeah. DFW. Yeah, man.
Who?
Yeah, how many games you think the Mavericks gonna win this year? I got the Mavericks winning 37 games this year.
I got them in. Yeah, I got them
I
in
said 27.
I got them in 7th, 8th place in the West, man. I don't know how many games though.
Yeah, I think somewhere in that
It,
neighborhood, bro.
it depends on how they low manage. I see them anywhere between 48 to 52. Anywhere between.
What?
Whoa, the Mavericks? Whoa.
You got the Mavs winning 50 games?
Who they got?
Yeah.
They got Kyrie over there still, right?
They got Grant Williams.
Kyrie, Grant Williams, Luca.
Luca. Who else? That's it. Tim Hardaway.
They got.
They're gonna be 48. They're gonna be a
Little
48.
squad. I see 43, 44 at best, man.
Yeah,
I think. Remember. I think this is just the outlier year because no matter what, Luca just drags teams to the playoffs by himself.
Okay.
But he has a little bit more talent in terms of like away from him individually. I think it's just a learning and an adjustment period between him and Kyrie, but I think they're gonna be fine.
If they
I think
could
they missing Jalen Brunson, bro. Bad.
Yeah. If they was to mesh, I think they would probably then they could win 50 games, but I don't know, man. They can surprise some teams though. I mean,
it's got to. The West is kind of top heavy right now.
you got the Suns. Don't forget the Suns, man. Suns will win 50 games before anybody else.
The Suns look
Am I
good.
wrong for thinking the Rockets might be a 40-win team?
Not after homeboy got arrested.
He's not. He was never in.
He wasn't in the plan anyway.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna hold you. He's not in their plans. Anyway. They were gonna let him go eventually.
Anyway, right? Regardless,
remember his contract isn't guaranteed.
What did he sign for? 82.
Yeah, but his contract, they signed him on his deal where it's like year to year, where it's like year to year. So because he's a head case,
he got to be on his best behavior.
And of course, when you see what happened in the news,
he gone.
He's done.
Finished. He's finished, man. That's a damn shame. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, Freezie. It's a shame. No, seriously, because you see this happen
be
all
like,
the
yo,
time.
I don't mean to cuss, but man.
I mean, if you got the bag, why would you do that, man? That was a pretty young lady. She played 1 year with the WNBA, and just because of something, just walk away, bruh.
Yeah,
you beat the girl up and almost broke her neck. Like seriously,
dudes don't be thinking about money after a certain point, man. Like, dudes
hothead, man. You been that way.
Yeah, I heard.
The Cavs got rid of him because he was that way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this because I said this to what you call it? Oh well, because now it just opens room for somebody who really wants to be in the NBA.
Facts.
You don't get too many opportunities in your life. And just like I always say, God gives you a lottery ticket, don't tear it up. You know what I'm saying?
It's only about 450 people in the league, bro.
Yeah.
Pretty young lady on top of that, man. Like, come on, why would you do that?
50 for jobs, yo.
Yo, shout out to the Lemon Pepper freestyle by my main man, the Cully Goat.
Kelly, yeah.
If you ain't never heard the Lemon Pepper freestyle, y'all bugging.
Appreciate
Go check out Cully Goat channel, the Lemon Pepper freestyle. I'm looking for it right now so I can put the link in the chat. Yo, go listen to my man spit. You know what I'm saying? We plan on him being on the Hood Goddess remix.
What was that joint? What was I'm sorry, Free. What was that joint, Kelly, that you had with you and
the Christmas joint. That was a Christmas joint.
Yeah, let me hear that
Christmas joint.
Yeah.
Fire.
So, hey, Cully, no disrespect, bro, but I'm gonna be on that Hood Goddess remix. Hey, I'm gonna save your spot, bro.
Yo,
ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with being the second best spitter on that.
Yeah, I'll try.
On that note, good night, fellas.
Yeah, man. Get up, man.
Good night, brother.
Later, man. Peace.
Have a great night, man.
All right, peace, y'all.
Great over here.
No, I was trying to get on with you, but I don't know if y'all. I don't want to hold y'all up, man.
Nah, man. I know sometimes you know what I'm saying, my flow can kind of be intimidating. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I'm like, yo, Fabulous texted me the other day. It was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We got to get you out the game. Cats like Fabulous can't even eat because I'm in the game now.
Yeah, you got it. I don't want no smoke, man.
Yeah.
No smoke.
That's like, you don't want no smoke.
Yeah,
you got it going on.
Yeah, man. It's peaceful over here, man.
Shout out to all the spitters. But hey, Cully, you know we love you, right?
Yeah, likewise, brother.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna say where I was at, but I'm gonna say it, man. Y'all know me. I could be real with y'all. So I was at the donut spot, right?
Right.
It's that time of the year, bro. And, that spiced pumpkin, man. Look,
that's what I got burning right now. That's what I got burning right now from Bath and Body Works. Whatever that place is, man. On little shorty got the little joint right here popping.
Mm-hmm. My coworker love spiced pumpkin, man.
Bro, that spiced pumpkin be busting, bro.
Is any feedback coming off me?
Nah,
you good, bro.
You let me know, right? Yeah, because I got my AC on and all that stuff.
Yeah,
making sure. Man. Yeah, I know I'm on the phone, so I know it can happen sometimes.
You good? You straight, bro?
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was rocking for a minute. My bad, not to cut you off. I see I was rocking for a minute. I came at the end of the party, I guess.
Nah, man. I'm
no,
man.
Party's still going, man. Yeah. Just pour you a drink and sit on down, bro.
I just got one question to ask you, bro.
What's up?
Yo, why do cats love Jay Dilla?
Oh, I knew he was gonna go.
Jay Dilla.
Oh man,
you gotta stop this.
Is that my man from Detroit?
Yeah, that dude.
Rest in peace, man.
No, not Eminem.
No, Jay Dilla, the producer.
Jay Dilla.
Was he producer?
He all right, bro. He all right.
Can I give you a backstory real quick, Kelly?
Nah, man. Let that man answer.
Freezie said donuts and it brought it right back to Dilla. Real smooth.
You see how he did that?
I just asked Kelly a question.
Funny.
I just
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Kelly a bona fide spitter. Kelly a bona fide. He like the second best spitter on this panel.
He don't like. He thinks Jay Dilla as a producer is like number 75 and whatnot. How you figure that, man?
Yo, stop slaying the argument. Yo, let that man just.
All right, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm sorry. Matter of fact, I'm a mute. Go ahead.
I just asked him a straight up question.
Nah, Jay Dilla tight, man. I don't know, because why do they like him? I guess because his how do I say his sound?
Yeah,
his sound. He got a unique sound.
He got a unique sound. Thank you, bro.
Like other artists, he got more of that '90s sound. So
that niche, that little pocket.
They got that niche. Yeah. And the '90s sound, you can't really beat the '90s, bro.
You can't beat the '90s, bro.
Shout out to my '80s guys too. You can't beat the '80s either.
And you can't do that either.
Yeah, there's something about the '90s. You can't beat the '90s, especially not today.
Labby Smith.
A dude told me that Jay Dilla was better than Kanye West
at producing or rapping.
At producing.
That's interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
despite Kanye and his rants.
I said it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Despite Kanye and his rants, he's a very, very good producer. He's a great producer.
Right.
Despite his rants, don't let his rants fool you. As far as music, the guy is talented, man. I don't care who wrote for him, but as far as producing, the guy is a legend as producing.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I don't listen to his rants. I don't even take him serious when he goes on his rants.
No, I don't take him serious no more. Every time I see him on TV, I turn the TV off or I go to Blorange Tears.
Production wise, I mean, Jay Dilla is like a top.
Like a Soul Figure. Where you at? Soul Figure.
He's like a top 20 producer, bro. I can't have him. I got him in the same range as Swiss Beats, Just Blaze.
Okay, that's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
He's solid, man.
Yeah, he's solid, bro.
He's solid.
Everybody
got a different taste for things. I'm sorry, Kel. I mean, everybody got a different thing, a different taste for different thing. Ear is not the same ear that the next man has. So for me, Jay Dilla is the dude for me. I mean, I love P-Rock. I love Premier. I love Marley Marl. I love Large Professor. I love Rockweiler. I love Havoc from Mar Deep. But for me, Havoc is the dude.
I don't think he's better than Hit Boy. I like Hit Boy better.
Hit Boy is in my top 15.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
I like Hit Boy better than Jay
Dilla in my top 5, yo. I'm sorry. And Dre Dre, to me, I love Dr. Dre, but he number 10, 11 right now.
Jay Dilla is not better than Dr. Dre, man. Come on, bro. You see what?
In your
That's why I
eyes.
wanted to ask you. That's why I wanted to ask you, bro.
In your eyes, bro.
Yo, I don't know, man. They all legends, man. I don't know.
Yeah, they all legends,
Kelly,
man.
they all
had like their runs, you know what I mean? Like they all had
right,
like
exactly. My man, there you go. That's what I'm trying to say right there. Everybody had their runs.
They had like their runs, like their momentum.
Yeah.
I can't really say like Primo was tight. I love Primo.
I love Primo, man. All Primo and Pete Rock all day, man. I went to see their concert when what was it? 8 years ago, Primo and Premier had a concert out in
Jones Beach. Not Jones Beach. I don't know. Was it
Jones Beach? Yes, you're right.
Okay.
I was there, kid. Yes, and it was dope. So I mean,
shout out to
come on,
Jones
man.
Beach. Shout out to Jones Beach. Shout out to Asbury Park.
The Greek Fest.
Shout out
Greek
to
Fest,
Coney Island. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to Coney Island.
Right.
Who's the number one Chief Rocker, man?
The number one Chief Rocker, non-stopper.
He don't like Jay Dilla, man. I swear,
I never said I don't like Jay Dilla. I'm just saying. I just think Jay Dilla is a crispy pair of forces. He not Timberlands.
A crispy pair of forces.
He a crispy pair.
Hilarious.
He
some
black,
uppies, some uppies.
Now he black forces, bro. He black forces like them school kids be wearing their school uniform.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? The black forces and some khaki pants and like a blue shirt. That's what he is to me.
I swear to God, I want to wake Soul Figure up so bad, but I know that man probably chilling and whatnot. You know what I mean? If you out there, Soul Figure, throw your black hat up in the air. So I can swim to the water.
He's somewhere in the comments like, yo, don't get me involved. Don't bring me in there.
Yeah. But yeah, so Cully, what do you think about the Knicks backcourt, bro? What do you think about the Knicks backcourt
currently?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. What is it consist of? Was it Josh Hart and JB, or is it who's the starter? Grimes and JB?
We don't know yet, bro.
Who's the starting five? I think Grimes is starting over Josh Hart. I think I'm not sure. I don't know for sure.
Right. Well, it's the backcourt is going to be for everyone on the roster. It's Quickly, Brunson, Rhymes, Dante, and slipping my mind right now. Deuce McBride. Those are the five guards.
I like it. I like the I never had a problem with the Knicks after last season. I never had a problem with the Knicks backcourt. I don't have a problem at all with the Knicks backcourt. I don't have a problem with the Knicks front court either. I just think they could use like some length. That's about it. That's all I can say. I agree. I don't want to rush anything. I don't want to.
We only got one guy that's really in that swing forward type lane, which is RJ. Right. But he's not athletic.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm impressed with RJ for what in that regard. I don't know if I'm impressed, but that's the only guy we have, though. Yes, if you want me to be honest, yeah.
Because
you know what? I didn't even notice this. Yo, Donovan Mitchell didn't play FIBA, but Josh Hart was starting. Oh my!
Well, they didn't have tryouts, bro. Everybody, it's like they just signed up, bro.
Yo,
well, the way FIBA is set up, they call you and ask you, and then you decide if you want to go.
And then they let us down.
They never call Trae Young.
So it's not tryouts, right? It's just
it's no tryouts, bro.
You get invites.
So they didn't invite Donovan Mitchell.
They may have invited him and he said no.
I'm sure they did.
Or they may not have.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where I think
so it's 50-50, right?
It's one of those things where I think Donovan Mitchell is good enough to make an Olympic team, so he could be like, I just don't want to go.
Yeah, he's definitely an elite, an elite scorer.
Because if he wanted to go make the Olympic team, he's definitely one of those, or in that area of those top 12 American.
Can you imagine Halliburton, Spider, and Anthony Epp was on the floor at the same time?
Yeah, man,
that's my dude.
Oh,
It's a lot of
Anthony
dudes
Edwards.
that turned it down though, because there's no Devin Booker. And Devin Booker straight up said he's gonna be in the Olympics. So
Devin Booker. I forgot about Devin Booker.
Devin Booker straight up said I want to
KD.
be in the Olympics. So that
KD?
lets me. Yeah, KD said he wants to be in it. So that lets me know like there's
LeBron said it too.
obvious invites sent
Tatum will
out
be in it?
to guys and they just turn it down.
Yeah.
I
Yo,
don't put
that's
Trae
wild.
Young in that level. And I think Trae Young
Yeah,
is a
Trae
very
Young
good
is-
player, but I don't
Trae
think
Young
he's in
is
that
that level.
Donovan Mitchell bracket.
Trae Young might be better than Jalen Brunson, bro.
Oh, here we
Tra-
go.
He might be, bro.
Trey, you've been saying this all season, but it's all right.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
Freezie making my chest hurt right now. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you
Hey,
got my little
Trey, I
blood
don't want to
pressure
make
going a
that
little
chest
up,
hurt,
man.
bro. You know what I'm saying? You know,
I need me a blood pressure pill right now, dude. For real.
nah, bro. Eat some pasta salad, bro. It'll make everything better.
No, I don't want no damn pasta. I don't want no pasta salad, dog.
Come on, bro.
How you saying that? How you saying that, baby head? How you say baby head better than my homeboy?
Somebody Trey DeBarge?
Yeah,
I never said Trey DeBarge was better than him.
you just
No, I didn't. I said Trae Young might be better than Jalen Brunson.
okay. You said Mike. Okay, my bad. I fall back on that one.
Yeah, I never said that, bro.
And I'm gonna go get in the refrigerator and get me some pasta salad. Yes, I am. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, we gonna be Putin all night, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Cully, what is pasta salad, bro?
Pasta salad. I don't even think I'm not even hip to it right now.
If you ever, yeah, me either, bro. I just
My bad, bro.
Yo, don't feel bad, Kelly. Just don't answer the question, man. Just leave it alone.
Pasta salad, bro. What the? On, bro.
It's rotelli. It's rotelli. Rotelli. It's different colors of rotelli. Rotoli. Excuse me, rotoli. It wasn't. I said telly. I'm thinking about some other stuff. But anyway, and it's different type of vegetables that you put in there. But everybody make it different. So you can't eat everybody pasta salad. You gotta make your own pasta salad. But what Freezie trying to say is on a first date, meeting the shorty, she can't present that to you because that's a fact. That's nah.
Bro,
It's a separate occasion, a special occasion or a separate occasion.
The first date, bro, you can't offer me no pasta salad on the first date, bro.
You got to get out the crib.
Going straight back to the car. I'm walking by all them 100,000 dudes in front of you, all them 100,000 dudes in front of your building. I'm walking through all of them, screw face and with an attitude, talking about what?
Hey, man, and look at the smoke.
Dudes. I'm walking through all them wave caps and do rags and Jordans, and I'm walking through all that, mad as hell, going back to the car, bro.
He looking for the smoke. I ain't gonna I'm looking for the smoke too. I ain't gonna lie. I'm looking for the smoke too. No female ain't supposed to be making pasta salad on the first
on the first date, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Show.
That's wild, OG, bro.
Kelly, like, man, I don't want to hear that mess.
Freezie, I gotta get off because I gotta get up super early.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna holler at y'all boys.
Man, I'm on vacation. Look at me. I'm on vacation.
Yeah, man.
I was there for a night. I ain't got no curfew.
I'm going to just in case you're doing something before. I'm gonna get out of here after I put this rock in Bully's shoe and go over the vibes.
I'm about to put me an S curl in my head, man. Come on.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to say this before you go, man. Trae Young is, for his career, like the last 4 years, Trae Young is 25-10.
Statistics isn't an indicator of someone being better.
25-10.
His team made the Western Conference. Yeah, his team made the Western Conference Finals. Eastern Conference Finals.
What he did for me recently, the last 2 years.
What have he done?
We about to be 3 years removed from that, Freezie.
Yeah, but that's like saying, what has Rihanna done for me lately? What is Rihanna? Rihanna, I can't have you, Rihanna.
Rihanna cheated on me and got married to Rocky.
Yeah, exactly, man.
I already let that go out. My feelings.
I ain't gonna front, man. But don't get it twisted now. I see her. I'll see her.
Yeah, that's like saying, oh, Rihanna, I can't deal with you. Now I got to deal with Ice Spice. That's what we say. I just say
about 20 of those.
Yeah,
give her a slice of pizza.
Yeah, some chopped cheese.
That's a $30 date right there, bro.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking her the Dave and Buster's.
Man.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
We go to
man.
David Buster's,
Yeah,
man.
Dre. So I'm gonna try to get us back on schedule, man. I've been doing these training videos, man. They got my schedule all bizarre. So I'm gonna try to get back on schedule. But don't get it twisted. That Grimes thing is not over. You won round 1. But I'm gonna go back to the corner and let the corner get me back right to come out for round 2.
There you go.
My camp is like, throw the towel. I hate
Throw the doggone towel.
I hate throwing the towel on the Grimes thing yet, man.
You got a
Man,
Floyd
you call the man
Mayweather
Optimus
Senior over there.
Grimes, man. You call the man Optimus Grimes, man.
Optimus Grimes. I like that one.
Yeah,
A Grimes on Raw.
yeah, Grimes on Ride. Yeah.
See?
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. So
Did he call him Nestle Crunch? He called him Captain Crunch,
What's
Nestle
up?
Crunch.
Nah, I ain't calling that, man. See that. See, I ain't calling that, man. I just called him a number 6. I was like, yo, when you want to pop, like, yo, Poppy, let me get that number 6. You know what I'm saying?
We used to say, yo, I'll give you a number. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out. So, Cully, I wanted to ask you, man, do you think the Knicks need to still go out and get a really good athlete to pair with these guys?
Yes.
Okay. What type of athlete are you talking about?
You mean what position or like what kind of what the making?
Like what's your desired athlete? Like if you want to go out and get one, which type of athlete would you go? Even if it means upgrading at a position already.
I'm gonna flat out say a guy like Giannis. Yeah, if you want to win, if you can find a way to pair him, that's who you get.
Who we get rid of?
I mean, if you could sign him, I don't know who you get rid of.
Okay, got you.
If you could sign him and bring him in that way, then hey. Second would be Embiid. I like Embiid, but I'm not crazy about him. But I like him. I wouldn't. If we got him, then that kind of would be dope. But if you want me to flat out say superstar, man, Giannis, man, that's the only guy I can think of right now.
Man,
how you feel about Trey Murphy? Remember we used to have the Trey Murphy conversation?
Yes, I do. I like. Isn't he like a free agent or something like that? I don't know.
Nah, he got hurt.
They gave him. Did they give him her bag or Herb Jones? They gave one of them.
I think it was him. I think it was Trey Murphy.
Okay.
I think they gave Herb Jones a bag.
Did they?
Yeah, because he was a second-round pick.
Yeah, they gave him like 4 years, $55 million, and like they bought out his last year or something like that. They restructured him or something like that.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
No, I think we need like that small forward. I mean, other guys. I was thinking of Siakam too. I thought of Siakam.
Siakam. Wow. Yeah, that's kind of dope.
I thought of him for a minute. I actually wanted him after they won the finals, but I wanted Aaron Gordon. He's not a superstar, but I wanted him. He did good for the Nuggets in their little run.
He's a very underrated defender too, by the way.
That's what I was saying. That's why I wanted him. I'm like, yo, I wanted him in Randall's most improved season before the trade deadline, but Leon Rose didn't even try to make a move for anybody. I'm thinking, why Orlando Magic letting all these guys go? Why you don't try to get at least Aaron Gordon? Forget Vucevic. At least try to get Aaron Gordon, man. Like he's not before he becomes expensive. Before he becomes, he has more value. He's on a losing team. Ain't really that much value there. He's not doing anything spectacular over there. Well, you can trade a guy or two for him, but
why we didn't even try to get Terrence Ross?
That too. That's another guy you could have got some spark off the bench. I don't know why you didn't, another scorer. I don't know.
Think about the boy from Orlando, Bamba. I mean, the dude from Harlem.
Mo Bamba.
He played for Philly.
I think
he playing for Philly now?
Didn't Lakers get him? Lakers got him.
Yeah.
No, he
that
played
was
for
last
got him?
year. They got him last year. Remember, they traded.
Okay, I mean,
you're right.
If he put a little bit more weight on him, what you think?
No, I think he should ease off the weight. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Some guys need to just run. They're better when they just run. I don't know if the strength be helping a lot of guys, yo.
Right.
Maybe slower and their game just becomes devalued. I don't know. Or just my opinion. I don't know.
You might be right. You might be right, in my opinion.
I think so.
I don't know.
I agree.
It's not everyone's frame is built to put on muscle and still be dominant. Like Giannis could do that.
Yeah.
But not like, in my opinion, even though AD is talented, I think he was at his best when he weighed less.
Right.
Yeah, AD
Injury
is
prone
like
dude.
60 right now, bro.
Wait,
Yeah,
what you
I
got?
think-
What you got?
Anthony
AD.
Davis.
Oh,
Y'all seen the recent pictures of Anthony Davis?
Yeah, he's huge now.
That dude look like
Yeah.
he's
I think I
70,
did see
bro.
it. Yeah, I did see.
Yeah, he
And
got
like
he
the
got
best version of AD to me was him around 240.
the
240
athletic.
time. Yeah.
I like the athletic Anthony Davis. I don't like the strong Anthony Davis. But in order to play center in this league, bro, you got to be strong, bro.
But you know what? Anthony Davis said he doesn't want to play center as much anymore.
Right. I don't blame him. Bro. But when you out there with
Injured a lot.
LeBron, when LeBron playing power forward, bro, you got to
move. you gotta move.
Yeah,
But
they
I'll
want to run small. They like that.
I'll let y'all boys.
All right, brother.
No doubt.
Great night.
Go Colorado. Colorado in effect. Prime time, baby.
Shout out to Beyond, man.
Yeah, man.
Good night, brother. Nah, I think a lot of teams like running the small ball experiment.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Nah, I think well, no, like what you asked me when I think about it. Yeah, Giannis, Siakam, Embiid would be my third choice. Even still with Donovan Mitchell, I'll still
you like Paul George.
I like Paul George, but I don't know if I would make a trade for him. I think he's up there in age, but I wouldn't mind if we could pair him with these guys. Yeah, I would go for it if it doesn't hurt us. If you could do it without like hurting the team too much, yeah, I would do it.
Yeah,
it gives you a wing.
Yeah,
and he's not coming to be a number one. You know, that's what people got. I got to understand. He's not coming to like dominate the ball. No.
Right.
I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I agree.
Who's our backup for? Is it Roby?
Yeah.
Roby. Okay.
Probably, but at the same time, there's some guys, there's some contenders. Nate Knight, I think, is going to be in the mix.
Yeah, it's looking like Nate Knight is. Yeah.
Josh Hart is wanting to be in the mix.
Yeah, it's looking like that too. Looking like RJ might be have some minutes at the 4.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know.
Out here. I think RJ went with that Canadian team and had something to prove, had something to say. Like when I get back to the NY, I ain't trying to hear nothing.
Right.
I don't want to hear. I ain't trying to hear nothing, bruh. It wasn't nothing. So when I get back, I'm letting you know what's up.
Bragging rights.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Knock that stick off my shoulder. I dare you.
Yeah. Oh, you gonna take it to the streets?
Yeah, we gonna take it to the. Nah, I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna get out of here because I want to do the midnight lounge for a little bit.
Word, I ain't
I
gonna
do the midnight lounge till like 6 o'clock. So I'm a wrap right here. Cully, you more than invited to come over and chill with us, bro. Matter of fact, man, come on over. I'm a put the link to the chat, man, on Vibes. Do a little midnight lounge. Well,
Gotcha.
Kick it.
What time does that start? What time you starting?
I'm gonna start it right now.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we're started right now. Do it for
like, hold on. Can I stay right here, right?
Yeah, just stay right
here. Is it different topics? Before you start, is it different topics?
Yeah, it's just different
topics.
Talk about,
all right. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm down.
So, thank you everybody for rocking with us. We're gonna do a little bit of midnight lounge before the sun come up. Thank y'all